He's not expected to be the savior, but the Cubs hope that the long-anticipated return of Aramis Ramirez can help ignite the offense and propel the club back to the top of the division. Aramis Ramirez is back as the Cubs entertain the Braves. Next. Field on a beautiful night for Chicago Cubs baseball. It's 70s night here on Comcast Sportsnet, and the Cubs are coming off a big series win over the Milwaukee Brewers, winning 3 of 4, and they continue this 11-game homestand as they welcome in the Atlanta Braves. Hi again, everyone. I'm Len Casper. We'll hear from Bob Brenly in just a moment, but as we anticipated, a big day for the Cubs. A lot of roster moves, and let's hear from the general manager, Jim Hendry.
We had a busy day today. Starting with, we traded Friel this morning to the Royals for a player to be named later, or cash considerations that we'll have till October 15th to complete that. All 3 players will be coming off the DL: Ramirez, Reed Johnson, and Guzman. We've optioned out Sam Fold and Kevin Hart, and we put Patton on the 15 DL with a right groin strain, and we're good to go at 25. Certainly glad to have the guys back that we had gone for a while, especially the third baseman, and hopefully we'll continue to play well like we had. Obviously, we had a lot of tough decisions to make. I don't think Patton's real serious. He did tweak his groin on the second inning Saturday. He has had some treatment on that during the year and in spring training. It hurt at one time a little more significant than during the season. So it'll be good for him to get completely healthy and go freshen up. But the Fold and Hart decisions weren't easy, obviously. He could go a lot of different ways. And, we put a lot of thought into it last night and today.
Let's look at the returning players. Aramis Ramirez missed 50 games and was hitting the ball like we know Aramis Ramirez can do it right before he went out at a 364 clip. Reed Johnson, also coming back with the back problems, will help solidify the outfield. And Angel Guzman, arguably the best Cubs short reliever in terms of consistency all the way through the season. Now, the players who were sent out, Sam Fold, that was a very tough decision. But as Jim Hendry later said, he'll probably be back at sometime real soon. Kevin Hart also pitched well, and David Patton on the 15-day DL. So a busy day, and here to analyze it all is Bob Brenly. We'll talk more about it during the game, but this is a nice spark to get Aramis, Reed, and Angel back.
Well, no question about it. I mean, all the attention is focused on Aramis Ramirez, and rightfully so. But as you mentioned, Angel Guzman had really developed into a good late-inning relief pitcher, lengthens that bullpen just like Aramis Ramirez lengthens the lineup.
Let's focus on the offense with and without Aramis Ramirez. The Cubs went 2 games under 500 without him, and as everybody knows, 2.5 games out when this started, now 2.5 games out as he comes back.
Which is about the best the Cubs could have expected. Lou said it at the time, we just want to keep our heads above water, and although you would hope for better than that, they were able to keep their heads above water, and now they have their team back intact.
Hopefully he won't have to dive on defense, but if so, we'll see if he'll do it. You know, they'd like him to be pretty cautious, but sometimes the adrenaline takes over. We should see very good pitching in this series starting tonight with Jair Jurgens and Randy Wells.
Yeah, welcome back Aramis Ramirez. Jair Jurgens, one of the best right-handers in the National League. He had a stretch this year of 4 consecutive losses when his team only scored 5 runs for him. This guy is really good.
And Randy Wells on a roll. He's won his last 3 consecutive starts. So coming up, Randy Wells faces the Braves for the 2nd time this season. And Randy also hopes for some good run support. Derek Lee with 10 RBIs in that weekend series win against the Milwaukee Brewers. The Cubs hosting the Braves coming up.
2 beers. You got it. Are you insured? Do you know when your beer is perfectly cold? Or do you risk drinking a warm one? If you have the new Coors Light Cold Activated can, you're covered, because now every can turns blue when your beer is as cold as the Rockies. It's cold insurance. Only only from Coors Light. Cold beer? That's our policy.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing.
The 90th Great Mississippi Valley Fair. Buy your $40 fun card now. Good for 6 days of free admission, 6 days of free grandstand shows. Come see the Great Fair Entertainment. Trace Adkins, Gary Allen, Kenny Loggins, Big and Rich, Alice Cooper, Tracy Lawrence. All on the Genesis Health System Sprint Jumbo Screen. See the Diamonds on the Kimberly Dodge Oldie stage. Buy your fun card now at Hy-Vee Food Stores and Iowa, Illinois Taylor Installation. Come to the great one.
And everybody's gonna be there.
Delaware.
The Great Mississippi Valley Fair.
See you there.
Palmer Hills Golf Course in Bettendorf is a public 18-hole course and driving range. It's home to 100-year-old oak trees and features rolling hills with creeks and a pond coming into play on 11 holes. A wide variety of tee options make Palmer Hills playable for golfers of any skill level. We also offer professional golf instruction in both group and private settings. Our new clubhouse features a fully stocked pro shop. And for food and drinks, visit our new Palmer Grill. If you enjoy playing golf, Palmer Hills is for you. Beautiful, scenic, enjoyable. Play Palmer Hills Golf.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by the all-new 2010 Lexus RS, reinventing the vehicle that invented it all. Menards. At Menards, you'll find big lumber yards, big selection, and big savings. McDonald's of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Honda. Test drive a 2009 Honda today at your Honda dealer. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, dedicated to giving you the security to experience wellness everywhere. Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field. The Cubs are 2.5 out in third in the NL Central. And Atlanta tied for third with the Mets in the East. Only 4 back of first place Philadelphia. Aramis Ramirez is back. And let's look in on the Atlanta Braves Southwest starting lineup. Atlanta 2-1 against the Cubs, with the previous 3 games coming at Turner Field. Nate McLeod, the former Pirate in center. Martin Prado, the National League Player of the Week. He only hit .577 last week. Jones, McCann, Anderson, and then Yunel Escobar, the shortstop. Casey Kochman at first. Matt Diaz red hot lately, and Jurgens, the pitcher, hits 9th.
Take a look at the Cubs defensively. Soriano, Fukudome, Bradley across the outfield. The new guy, Aramis Ramirez, back at third base. Good to see his name in the lineup. Ryan Terrio at short. Mike Fondo at second. Derek Lee over at first base. Giovanni Soto doing the catching tonight for right-hander Randy Wells. I'll tell you, Len, you get a look at his numbers on the season. You could make an argument that Randy Wells should have 7, 8, maybe even as many as 9 victories at this point in the season, the way he has pitched.
And he's ready to work against Nate McLeod. Ball 1, according to Darrell Cousins, the crew chief, working the plate. Set the rest of the umpires here in a second. And a base hit into center on the second pitch. So McLeod is aboard to start it. So it is Cousins back of the plate. This is his 31st year in the majors. Todd Tichenor, Jim Joyce. We're not going to hear that till Wednesday. And Bill Miller on the bases. Just sent a bunch of dogs listening, screaming out into the hallway.
Well, Jim Joyce has the same effect.
Ball 1 on Martin Prado, who had taken over time at second. There's Jim Joyce. While Kelly Johnson was healthy, and Johnson eventually ended up on the disabled list. That's a strike. 1-1. Johnson with right wrist tendonitis, but Prado, as we said, hitting .577 over the last week. Yesterday in Washington, he went 4 for 4 with a walk, so he got on 5 times and he did not score a run.
Wow.
Which is hard to do. And our associate producer Tamara Anderson asked the Elias Sports Bureau the last time that had happened. I was curious if that's rare. And it's happened already 3 times this season. His teammate Brian McCann had 4 hits and a walk against Baltimore on June 12th and didn't score. Soriano in left. The hop, the catch, and the first out.
We always talk about the wind at the beginning of a ball game here at Wrigley Field. Appears to be blowing across from right to left. Might help some balls hit in the air to left field. Should knock balls down, hit in the air to right field.
So technically blowing in out of the east, which is a good thing when Chipper Jones comes to the plate from the left side. 417 career home runs for Chipper Jones. And normally when you play the Braves, you worry about Jones and McCann the most. But in terms of what's gone on lately, it's Prado and Diaz. The 2 and 8 hitters have been their hottest guys.
It's not unusual for a major league lineup. You expect a certain amount of consistency from the guys in the middle of the batting order, your 3, 4, 5 hitters, and occasionally the guys at the top and the bottom will get red hot for a week or more at a time and carry the ball club. But you expect that consistent performance from your guys in the middle.
I don't think the Cubs aren't worried about Chipper Jones and the Braves all-star Brian McCann, who's on deck. Cubs have done a pretty good job against Chipper Jones. He's hit .271 in his career. That's below his overall career average, which is over 300.
Only 9 home runs on the year for Chipper Jones, and 5 of those have come from the right side of the plate. There was a time in his career that most teams chose to turn Chipper around to the right side in game-winning situations, but he has really leveled out his numbers from the right side of the plate. So now it's a pick-your-poison situation. You just go with the matchup that you like best out of your own bullpen, and no regard to whether Chipper's batting right-handed or left-handed.
70s night being honored tonight here at Wrigley Field. Chipper's hit .203 in 48 career games in this ballpark. The pitch fouled back. Bleachers packed. Grandstand not quite full just yet, and I think that's because of the 1 hour earlier start time. A lot of people scrambling to get here after work. So there are a lot of people who didn't want to go back to work today after a long holiday weekend. Some may just have decided not to. But we're glad you're with us tonight. 3-2 on Jones, and we'll see if McLeod is on the move. Good chance he will be.
10 out of 11 in stolen base attempts this year. The one caught stealing was against the Cubs.
He does take off for second, and Wells knocks it down and throws on to first to get Chipper Jones. Nicely done by the pitcher, keeping that ball out of center field.
We talk a lot about Randy Wells' poise on the mound, how he doesn't seem to rattle when he gets runners on base, and the same thing could be said for his fielding out there on the mound. Ball rattled around, hit him a couple of different places, still had the presence of mind to check second base first to see if there was a chance to get the lead runner, and then toss on to first to get Chipper.
Now the catcher, Brian McCann, found out yesterday, made the All-Star team, which he's done every year in terms of all of his full seasons in the majors. No other Brave has ever made the All-Star game in the first 3 seasons, let alone 4. Hank Aaron made it 3 of his first 4.
And then every year after that.
Yeah. Elias reporting the last catcher to be an All-Star. First 4 full seasons of his career. Mike Piazza did it 10 straight years. One and one on McCann. Garrett Anderson is on deck. I don't even have to look it up. I can tell you that Garrett Anderson has never played at Wrigley Field. Why? Because he had been a career Angel and they've never been here. This is his first year in the National League. High in the air to right for Milton Bradley. And that's the third out. They get a leadoff single from McLeod, but no runs. The Cubs are coming up. If Ramirez bats in the first, that means the Cubs will have something cooking because he's 5th in the lineup.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
It's on.
It's on. Oh, it's on, all right.
It's on. Totally on. Jimmy! It's on! It's on.
Oh, yeah. It's on.
Affirmative. It's on.
Southwest Airlines now has 5 daily nonstop flights to New York LaGuardia. Bags fly free on Southwest, so our low fares stay low. Grab your bag. It's on. Book now at southwest.com.
Don't miss anything happening in St. Louis. Watch Sports Night throughout the All-Star break as Chuck Garfien covers all the festivities, interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and all the sights and sounds from the Midsummer Classic. Sports Night All-Star Reports with Chuck Garfien, July 13th and 14th on Comcast Sportsnet.
Update your bathroom with a new Max shower from Menards. The Himalaya shower with white stripe glass is $259. The Tigris model features direct-to-stud installation and a tempered glass door, $589. Add style to your bathroom with Magic Woods ensembles. Choose from the 24-inch Mahogany Sonata ensemble with chrome lights or the 40-inch Dark Chocolate Fairmont ensemble with linen and upper cabinets. Both have a lifetime warranty. Your choice, $699 each.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you going to the game or looking for a place to watch it? The Captain Morgan Club on Addison and Sheffield is calling your name. Open year-round with 30 flat-screen TVs and an outdoor patio. Come to the Captain Morgan Club to watch the Cubs and every sporting event. Tickets or no tickets, we're calling all captains.
Declare your independence. No high prices, no high payments, and no high interest rates.
The Bob Borman Auto Group's 5,000 car Stars and Stripes sales event now through Monday, July 6th. 0 APR on Toyotas, Saturns, Nissans, Hyundais, and more. Save from $1,000 to $9,000 now.
Nobody beats Bob.
Bob Borman.
The Bob Borman Auto Group's 5,000 car Stars and Stripes sales event now through Monday, July 6th. BobBorman.com.
Braves failed to score in the top of the first. Here's how the Cubs will line up in the bottom of the first. Their Southwest starting lineup. Everybody talking about Aramis Ramirez back in the lineup. First game in almost 2 full months. So he'll bat between Milton Bradley and Alfonso Soriano. Right-hander Jair Jurgens, 23 years old, from Curacao, 6'1", 200 pounds. And ball one to Kosuke Fukudome. He's in the top 5 in earned run average in the National League at 273.
Only 89 base hits and over 102 innings pitched. Low opponent's batting average. Lefties fare considerably better than the right-handers. Jurgens will feature a fastball that sits in the high 80s to the mid 90s, a really good straight changeup and a slider, and he'll mix all 3 pitches to righties and lefties.
To Fukudome. Jurgens keeps the ball in the ballpark. He's 8th in the league in ERA on the road, 4th at night. And the fastball catches the outside corner of the plate, 2-2. Terrio next, and then Derek Lee. Jurgens facing the Cubs for the first time. Are hanging around their division because they pitch extremely well. In the left and a base hit. Kosuke is 4 for 9 from that leadoff spot. This is his 3rd consecutive start batting first.
Let's take a look at the Braves defensively. Garrett Anderson in left, Nate McLouth in center, Matt Diaz over in right field, Chipper at third base, Yunel Escobar at shortstop, Martin Prado at second, Casey Kochman over at first base, the All-Star Brian McCann behind the plate for right-hander Jair Jurgens.
Ryan Theriot coming in at 289. Throw over to first, and Fukudome is back.
We know how much Lou does not like to give up outs, especially early in a ball game, but sometimes the opposing pitcher will make you change your plans. Jurgens doesn't figure to give up much in this ball game tonight, and you know, with that in mind, it wouldn't surprise me to see Ryan Theriot try to put down a sac bunt, or to see Lou and the Cubs play a little hit and run here.
And Theriot does get down the bunt. Jurgens calling for it and throwing to first. Kochman covering, and it is a sacrifice for Theriot. Prior to tonight's game, John Keeley of Edward Jones Investments presented the Edward Jones Player of the Month Award to Derek Lee for his outstanding play in the month of June. Visit your local Chicagoland Edward Jones Investments and make sense of your investing. Three homers and 10 RBIs against Milwaukee. All that production coming in games 1 and 4 of that series as he hits it foul off to the right. I don't have the official research in front of me, but I'm assuming Jair Jurgens, that's the first Jair to appear in a major league game. It's J-A-I-R. And I guess that J is a soft J. Jair, and then Jurgens, just like it's spelled. J-U-R-R-J-E-N-S.
Why is the first J soft with the Jurgens is not?
I don't know. That's a good question. Should have been an investigative reporter. You'd have been good at it. I'm good on 60 Minutes.
I have a lot of questions. I have very few answers.
That's okay. Really smart people ask a lot of questions.
Well, hopefully the Cubs won't have as much trouble figuring out his pitches as we do figuring out his name.
Just missed. 3-1.
I mentioned Randy Wells' poise in the top of the first inning of this ball game, and Jurgens apparently a guy right out of the same mold. You look at the batting average against him with runners in scoring position, 192, and with runners on base in general, only 190.
Kicking the 3-1. Foul tip, strike 2.
Jurgens coming off probably the best outing this season anyway. 7 innings of 1 hit, 1 unearned run baseball against the Philadelphia Phillies. The Braves won that one 11-1.
And he took a no-hitter into the 7th. It was broken up by former Cub Paul Bacco with 2 outs in the 7th. Deep drive for Derek Lee. He's done it again. That's a 2-run homer. Jurgens does a good job of keeping the ball in the park, but not that time. Even for the second straight day, Derek with a 2-run first inning homer.
Well, that's big for a number of reasons, Len. Number one, it puts the Cubs on the board. Our Heineken home run replay. Hanging slider on the inside part of the plate, and as he's done a lot recently, Derek Lee does not miss mistakes. Another reason that's important, we've talked a lot about Aramis Ramirez in the days leading up to this first start off the disabled list, and the more pressure you can take off him, the more offense the rest of the lineup can provide, the softer the landing is going to be for Aramis. I mean, we're all hoping for great things and hoping Aramis picks up right where he left off, but the reality is it may take him a week or more to get his timing up there at the plate.
1 strike on the cleanup man. Make it 0-2 to Milton Bradley. The Braves have, as a staff, keep the ball in the ballpark. They've allowed the fewest by far home runs in the majors, just 55 even after that Derek Lee homer. So they lead the NL and the majors. major leagues.
Dodgers and Giants both play in very big pitcher-friendly ballparks.
Still 2 strikes on Bradley. Broken bat liner right at Prado. 2 down.
Stepping to the plate, third baseman, number 16, Aramis Ramirez.
Ramirez is back, batting 5th. And he rolls one to second, picked up by Prado. So Aramis is 0 for 1, but the Cubs have the early lead on Derek Lee's 16th homer of the season. And it's 2-0 Cubs after
1. We gather. We celebrate and marvel at the setting sun. And we race. Chicagoland Speedway, my kind of track. For the sports experience that won't let you down, call 888-629-RACE or visit ChicagolandSpeedway.com.
Fastest 3G network. AT&T.
Right now, buying a Toyota makes more sense than ever. You get the quality you can depend on. You can take advantage of unprecedented selection, and now you can get 0% financing on your favorite Toyota models, like the Toyota Camry, the Toyota Corolla, or the Toyota RAV4. And if you're a recent college graduate, now's the time to take advantage of our $1,000 college grad rebate program. Where can you find great cars, great leases, and great deals? Your Toyota dealer.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan. Tuesday on Chicago Tribune Live, baseball fever hits town as the Cubs host the Braves on the north side and the Sox take on the Indians on the south side. We'll preview both games plus the day's news Tuesday at 5:30.
Wednesday, Alfonso Soriano and the Cubs continue their battle in the NL against Chipper Jones and the Atlanta Braves. Coverage begins with BMW Cubs pregame live. Join Landon Bob for Cubs Braves Wednesday at 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Watch the Cubs take on the Braves tomorrow at 7:05. Kids, get to the ballpark early. The first 5,000 children, 13 and younger, will receive a Cubs lunch pail, compliments of Jewel Osco.
Randy Wells working with a 2-0 lead. Ball 1. Garrett Anderson playing left. Braves have struggled to get big production out of their outfield. That's well, they went out and got Nate McLouth. This is over a month ago. Jeff Francoeur has struggled, so Matt Diaz has been in right the last few days. Anderson has spent some time on the DL this year. He's been in a good stretch, hitting .317. As he swings and misses, that was over his last 161 at bats. Wells with his first strikeout.
Good change up down low, gets Anderson way out in front. Well, we talked about Randy Wells in past starts. The thing I think that really makes Randy an effective starting pitcher, obviously he's got decent stuff, but every pitch comes right out of the same arm slot. Every delivery is the same. He's got that ability to repeat his delivery. That's what pitching coaches like to talk about, a guy that can repeat his delivery and disguises all of his pitches because he throws them all out of exactly the same arm slot.
2-0 on shortstop Yunel Escobar. He had been bothered by a sore right hip flexor. And as he deposits one of the left center, Kosuke gets there quickly and keeps Escobar at first base.
Well, talking about Randy Wells' delivery, let's take a look at it. Jimmy John's delivery. We'll watch Randy Wells, and he'll look the same on every pitch out of the windup. He looks the same on every pitch out of the stretch. Gets that arm up in a high three-quarter slot. He throws his fastball, his slider, his changeup, all from that same delivery. Jimmy John's, America's favorite sandwich delivery guys.
First baseman Casey Kochman. Ball one outside.
And some pitchers, whether they do it intentionally to try to get more movement on their breaking pitches, will drop their arm angle a little bit. Sometimes get their hand on the side of the ball instead of behind the ball.
A fly to right as Bradley sets. 2 outs.
We saw a great illustration of that in Randy's last start against the White Sox, or 2 starts ago actually, against Jose Contreras, a guy who relies on deception, but he does it by changing his arm angle from directly over the top all the way down to sidearm. Then Wells uses the same arm slot for all of his pitches, and both guys equally deceiving in their own way.
You have to be careful with Matt Diaz. He's 13 for his last 21. You have the pitcher Jurgens on deck with 2 outs. 1 strike to Diaz. Of 3, then the Cubs' first off day in over 3 weeks. That'll be on Thursday. The Cardinals come in Friday for 4, and that includes a day-night doubleheader on Sunday to end the first half. Not too many 8-hitters in baseball are hitting .320.
If you hit .320 for very long in the 8 spot, usually you work your way up.
A fly to right. Bradley's back on the warning track. And he makes a catch right up against the vines. Nicely done by Milton Bradley. Diaz gave it a ride. Bradley went all the way back to get it. Took a quick look back at the wall. And the inning is over. 2-0 Cubs.
Now entering soft scrub.
Take me, baby. Take me now. Take me, baby. Take me to the edge of explosion.
Now entering body buff.
Axe Detailer Shower Tool. A soft black side, a rough red side.
These 2 here, guys. It's all good, man. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Follow me.
There you go, guys. Enjoy the game.
Heineken Light, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, can you pass me one? Please?
Heineken Light. Give yourself a good name.
This is the dedicated Feldco installation team, and right now they will install Feldco windows, siding, and doors free.
Hey, Dave, we're still getting paid for this, right?
Yeah, Jim, we talked about this.
It's Feldco's free installation sale on Feldco windows, siding, and doors.
It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year. But hurry, this offer ends July 31st.
Call 866 for Feldco.
To be your drum, so all beats well for you, and be your light, shining always true blue.
For generations, more families have set out upon new journeys with the confidence that Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois will continue to be there for all the memories yet to come.
Shining always true blue.
Alfonso Soriano will start the Cubs second. He'll lead off more often as a six-hitter as he lines out to Chipper Jones. Well, I think he's led off more batting sixth.
It's odd how that works out, you know, the way that lineup rolls around. We talked about it earlier this season, all the furor about whether Soriano should lead off or hit fifth or sixth or fourth or wherever in the lineup. But really after the first inning, it's just a matter of good fortune how the lineup rolls around.
It's the fifth time in 3 games he's led off an inning. Same amount of times as Kosuke Fukudome. Soto airs it out into right. This is a long run for Diaz, and he's going to get there.
Milton Brownlee made a nice catch out in right field to end that last half inning. You can see you can go another 3 or 4 or 5 steps if you're closer to the foul line at that well area out there in right field. And Milton took a quick look, got back there close to the ball, and used 2 hands to catch that ball up against the vines.
So 2 quick outs, and Mike Fontenot will try to keep the inning alive for Randy Wells. It's been hot, 8 for his last 19. Modest 5-game hitting streak. One of the offshoots of the moves today, 2 position players and a pitcher coming back, and 2 pitchers, well, one being optioned and the other being put on the DL, and 1 position player optioned out, as the Cubs will go with an 11-man pitching staff for the time being. Hit hard by Fontenot for his 9th hit his last 6 games. And the inning's still alive for Randy Wells. So Lou will have a little more flexibility on his bench. But 6 instead of 7 relievers.
Well, that really puts the emphasis on your starting pitchers getting deep into the ball game, something they've been able to do for the most part in the first half of the season. And also, I'm sure Lou and Larry have their eye on that Sunday doubleheader against the St. Louis Cardinals coming up. You'd like to give that bullpen as much rest as possible leading into that weekend series.
And along those lines, Carlos Zambrano, who will start Wednesday afternoon right here on Comcast Sportsnet, could be available on Sunday out of the bullpen if needed. The way the rotation lines up now, Z would probably be the first pitcher after the All-Star break in Washington a week from Thursday. A kick in the 1-1. Randy Wells with a line shot base hit to right. His 4th career hit. Former catcher.
He started to have better at bats. The more plate appearances he's had, the more pitches he's seen. That's a nice swing right there. Keeps his head right down the barrel of the bat, lines it into right field for a single. That's an unexpected surprise. I was happy that Mike Fontenot got his base hit just to get Randy Wells to the plate here in the 2nd inning and get him out of the way for the top of the order. And now an opportunity, if Kosuke can do something here, to score another run.
Randy Wells wearing the jacket to stay warm. 77 degrees, but he still goes with the jacket. An easterly wind, not blowing very hard. Jurgens has a sign from McCann. Here he comes. Pulled fair over Kochman. Fontenot will score easily. Wells on his way to third. He'll be held by Mike Quade, and Kosuke having a great homestand. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And a big day yesterday as well. It's 3-0.
Well, that ball is smoke. They tried to come inside with a fastball. It's straight out over the heart of the plate about belt high, and as Kosuke has done a lot recently, he squared it up and hit it hard down into that right field corner.
This started after 2 were out in pretty quick fashion. 1-0 to Terrio. Ground ball in the hole, backhanded, and a little hesitation. Save! Escobar just with a slight hesitation. Terrio able to beat it out. Wells scores. That's a hard-earned RBI on an infield single by Ryan Terrio. 4-0.
Say, Len, this game is amazing. Whether it was Abner Doubleday or somebody else that invented it, just that slight hesitation by Yunel Escobar at shortstop turns that into an infield hit, an RBI for Ryan Terrio. If he gets the ball out of his glove on the first grab, Terrio's probably out at first. This game is just perfect.
They're at the corners for Derek Lee. Escobar with another chance. He'll flip to Prado to force Terrio, but 2 more, and the Cubs have stretched their lead to 4-0 after 2.
Performance now is all about logic. That some cars cost as much as $1,500 to maintain is one thing. That others cost even more is quite another. That a BMW costs you nothing to maintain defies all logic whatsoever, and in turn makes it the most logical choice of all. Performance now is the 3 Series. Visit your local BMW center today for a test drive.
Tomorrow, the tribe has spoken as Jim Thome and the Sox try to put out Grady Sizemore and the Cleveland Indians, followed by U.S. Cellular White Sox postgame live. White Sox Indians tomorrow at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs and White Sox baseball all season long on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Major League Baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you locally by the J.L. Brady Company.
Through the years, many things pass from father to son, like Aqua Velva Aftershave. Smells great, cools, firms, and tones. Cool. Aqua Velva, men get it. Wake up your whiskers with Electric Shave. Electric Shave! Stands up whiskers for an up to 52% closer shave.
Man, that was close.
Electric Shave. Blade close. Electric smooth.
Get the best Chicago sports news nightly on Sports Night, presented by Dex. Coming up tonight after Cubs postgame live, David Kaplan reports on the sale of the Cubs, plus a full recap of this game with reaction from the clubhouse. Join Kip and Chris for Sports Night, presented by Dex tonight after Cubs postgame live, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Randy Wells pitching in on offense, as the Cubs got a couple more in the second, and he's 1-1 on Jair Jurgens. McLeod and then Prado. 1-2. Johnny Cueto off to a great start this year, but he's having a rough night in Philadelphia. As Jurgen strikes out, Cueto charged with 9 runs as the Phillies scored 10 in the first inning. Ouch.
Ouch is right.
His ERA up to 3.45. It was at 2.69. So Jurgens, Bob, is now 4th in the National League in ERA. Even though he's had a tough start here tonight. Actually, he's over 3 as well after giving up the 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Strike to McLouth. So the Phillies heating up at home, where they had really struggled early this season, looking for their 4th straight win. They just swept the Mets. So Wills ahead of McLouth. Extending that hit streak tonight with a leadoff single. The pitch, called strike 3. Got him on a fastball.
Nothing tricky here. Just comes right at him with a low fastball at the knees on the inside corner. McLouth maybe thought that ball was inside, but he's mistaken. You talk about that Phillies ball club. They lead the National League in home runs by 14 over the nearest competitor in second place. They've hit 110 homers this year. Going into play tonight.
3 in the first inning tonight.
Okay, make it 113 then. Rockies had 96 going into play tonight, as did the Milwaukee Brewers, but Phillies hammering that ball out of the ballpark.
Well, the big change for them is Jimmy Rollins is heating up. I think he's 8 for his last 15 after a long slump. Scored twice in that first inning in Philly. Derek got a glove on it, but couldn't put it away in the bullpen. Very rare to see him drop one. No play, no error on Lee.
That ball wasn't really hit that high where Derek had an opportunity to look away and see where he was in relation to that bullpen down the right field line. He had to keep his eyes on the baseball. Knew he was getting close to that bullpen bench and just came up a little bit short.
Don't want to give Martin Prado too many extra chances, especially in front of Jones and McCann. Terrio comes in to get it, and Wells with a shutdown third. He goes 1, 2, 3. Cubs 4, Braves nothing.
Miller Genuine Drive, cold filtered, never heat pasteurized, delivering unmistakable, fresh from the tap taste, anywhere, every time.
Hey, what are we doing tonight?
I don't know. How about Cosmic Bowling?
Lucas Lane, 555-1200. Lucas Lane's Laser Light Show.
Lucas Lane's 2 miles away. Ooh, whoa.
Hi.
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 Wow.
Lucas Lane.
Ow.
The most complete local info in the book at DexKnows.com and now on your mobile device. Dex knows.
Plan your next corporate or social function in one of Wrigley Field's private party accommodations. Wrigley Field offers a variety of private catered opportunities to host and impress your group. The Mezzanine Suites presented by Nuveen Investments has 4 convenient rental plans to fit all budgets and needs. For larger parties of 75 to 100, the Bud Light Batter's Eye, located in center field, provides a unique view of the game. All private party accommodations provide generous food and beverage packages, as well as VIP parking. Call 773-404-CUBS or visit Cubs.com.
Excuse me, would you eat 12 teaspoons of sugar?
What?
That's what's in your energy drink.
Oh, nasty.
Not only sugar, but 200 calories per can.
Look, all I want is energy.
Then try 5-Hour Energy. It has 0 sugar and only 4 calories.
It's kind of small, isn't it?
So it takes seconds to drink, and boom, you get the energy boost you want without the crash or jitters.
No crash, huh?
Still want that energy drink?
No, thanks. Take the 5-Hour Energy.
5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now.
No crash later.
Miller Genuine Drive, cold filtered, never heat pasteurized. Delivering unmistakable, fresh from the tap taste. Anywhere, every time.
Time for the Coors Light freeze can. Milton Bradley has had some issues out in right this year, but that was an excellent catch. Robbing Matt Diaz. And he leads off the home half of the third inning. He lined out to the second baseman, Prado, in the first inning. Jurgens has not gotten comfortable yet on that mound here at Wrigley Field, pitching here for the first time.
That's the way you like it. You don't want opposing pitchers to get comfortable on the mound here at Wrigley. You want to make their experience very uncomfortable, so when you see them again in the future at some point, they'll have bad memories of this place.
Jurgens. Now he winds and fires on an 0-2, and it's a little bit outside. 1-2.
Grab the chips
like a 3D movie.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Speaking of chips, Eric Estrada will handle our 7th inning stretch. Thanks for the segue.
Way to tie it all together, partner.
In the dirt, he's running full. And we want to send out get well wishes to our good friend Tom Hoover, one of our great camera operators here at Wrigley Field. He got into an accident. He actually rode his bicycle to work yesterday, and on the way home got in a nasty accident, broke his wrist. And Tom, we hope you're back out here, but we just hope you're feeling better tonight. Get well soon as Bradley takes ball 4. An excellent at bat. He started 0-2 and ended up taking a walk. This Wednesday is Lifeway Foods Day here at Wrigley Field. Game time 1:20, but be sure to arrive early. The first 5,000 children 14 and younger will receive a stuffed Pro Bug. Compliments of Lifeway Foods. Lifeway. Go with the flow. Ramirez on the first pitch. Grounded out to second his first time, and he takes a fastball for a strike this time. First game since he dislocated his left shoulder on May 8th in Milwaukee. 3 rehab games with single-A Peoria. Well, good to see him take that patented Aramis Ramirez hack. It's definitely something you want to see him do without injuring or re-injuring that shoulder. It's going to have some soreness. Probably not quite at 100%, but well enough to jump back in there. He went 3 for 6 with a double, an RBI, and 2 runs for the Peoria Chiefs.
Reed Johnson, who accompanied Aramis Ramirez on their rehab outing down to single-A Peoria, said he was definitely testing that shoulder. He was swinging for the fences in his last rehab game.
Pulls that one right to third. So he's grounded out and lined out. And it brings up Soriano.
I mentioned it earlier in the ball game. It may take a few games. It may take a week or more for Aramis to really feel locked in up there at the plate. It's a natural instinct when you're facing good quality major league pitching every day to get a little jumpy, maybe get a little over anxious. expand your strike zone a little bit more than you normally would, but we'll find it quickly, I'm sure.
0-1 on Soriano. Bradley at first, 1 out. It's a Cub fan right there.
It's not a wig.
Two and 1. Jurgens came over from Detroit on October 29th of 2007, along with outfielder Gorkis Hernandez, in exchange for shortstop Edgar Renteria. Hernandez later involved in that McLeod deal with the Pirates. Left center, up through the alley for Soriano. Bradley on his way to third. Soriano to second with a double.
That is good to see. That ball was struck crisply off the barrel of the bat. A lot of top spin on that line drive. That passed Yunel Escobar at shortstop and just shot all the way to the warning track before McLeod could get over there and cut it off. Cubs have a couple guys in scoring position here for Gio.
And the Braves bring their infield in, already down by 4, and Soto took a big cut and he missed it. Mentioned earlier, the Braves winning 2 of 3 in Atlanta in 2 separate trips. Last year the Cubs went 6-0 versus the Braves, sweeping both sets.
Gio mad at himself right there. He got a pitch he thought he should have done some damage with, fouled it straight back.
Shirt. You could tell by the reaction of Jurgens he really wanted that pitch and didn't get it from Darrell Cousins. Another real close one, and Jurgens put his hands on his hips, and I guarantee you Bobby Cox is letting Darrell Cousins hear it.
31 years behind home plate. It wouldn't be the first time that Bobby Cox has gotten on Darrell Cousins.
A good eye by Soto. Fontenot on deck. Started a 2-out rally in the previous inning with a base hit.
That slider well down out of the strike zone, running the count full.
Comes a 3-2, and that one badly missed as he tried to throw him a slider, and they're loaded up for Fontenot. Like twice Jurgens in this inning going to 0-2 counts and eventually walking that batter.
And a couple of what Jurgens thought were missed pitches in that sequence of Giovanni Soto may have rattled him a little bit out there, because he missed badly with those last 2 pitches.
It's Roger McDowell, former big league closer and their pitching coach.
Yes, dear.
Oh, yeah, you can see it. I know, Bob. It says at the bottom. I think they're quoting you. Is loaded. the miss. Good changeup from Jurgens. Two walks and a double in the inning. Braves at double play depth. Kochman plays even with first base. Outside, 1-1. Cubs got 8 runs yesterday as they won that big weekend series against Milwaukee, 3-1. Ground ball. Kochman coming home. Little bobble there, but they get 1, and that's it.
Hit ball right to the Braves first baseman. As you mentioned, Len, had trouble finding the handle right there. That eliminated any chance of a double play. And once again, you get Randy Wells to the plate here in this inning.
Well, the base is still loaded. Soriano now at third, Soto at second, and Fontenot at first. Some early action. Chris Medlin is up for the Braves. Escobar will throw to first. What a play by Yunel Escobar to rob Randy Wells of an RBI hit. It is 4-0 after 3.
This is the Lexus IS line. Enter Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
Do something about this heat.
Big ass calling.
Yeah. We're at 50 now.
I'll be right there.
Don't just trust anybody to cool you down.
Those fellas sure were fast.
Call Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning at 866-4Seasons. For all the right reasons, Four Seasons.
Out on anything happening with your team. Visit CSNChicago.com for the biggest and best selection of videos, full-length press conferences, locker room reaction, and insider access you won't get anywhere else. CSNChicago.com, your hub for complete access to your favorite Chicago sports team. After the Cubs game, stay tuned for Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. Extended highlights, press conferences, locker room interviews, and expert analysis with Todd Hollandsworth. Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. After the game on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Time for the Aflac trivia question. We're synchronized tonight. How many different countries were represented by the Cubs in the 2008 All-Star game? Now, I should say, for those sticklers out there, one is a territory, not technically a country. But I'm just going to keep it kind of generic, saying countries. We'll say countries or territories. 8 Cubs All-Stars. Chipper Jones with a base hit into right center as Fontenot dived but couldn't get it. Well, as we check out the Menards grounds crew taking care of the beautiful field here on the friendly confines. the United States was represented last year. Kerry Wood. The All-Star team.
Kosuke Fukudome representing Japan.
That's 2. Ryan Dempster from Canada. That's 3. I mentioned the territory. Giovanni Soto from Puerto Rico. The Dominican Republic. And Soriano and Ramirez made it, right? Carlos Marmol. Getting pretty close. To McCann is outside on a fastball at 93. A little extra heat from Randy Wells. Fontenot can't quite get it, just off the top of his glove.
Carlos Zambrano from Venezuela. McCann went way out off the outside corner of the plate to get that ball and just does get it high enough to get over the outstretched glove of Mike Fontenot.
I was trying to figure out if Z was on the team last year. Yeah, Venezuela. So I think have you added him up? Got to be 5 or 6, right?
Looks like 6. I'm guessing 6.
Well, if the question was how many planets were the 8 All-Stars from, it would be 1.
Well, Zambrano, that's questionable.
Technically 1. Could have gone hemispheres, continents, what have you. See where Derek goes to second. Relay throw, not in time. Tried to do it the hard way, 3-6-1, but Anderson able to beat the relay throw. So they're at the corners with 1 out.
Smart play to go this direction because it keeps the double play in order for the next hitter, Yunel Escobar. You get that lead man at second base. You take a shot at the batter at first base. Wells did his job getting over there to cover, but Anderson able to leg it out. Escobar, along with Jeff Francoeur, lead this Braves team, grounding into 10 double plays this season.
Wow, is that a big rip? And then he fouled it back. He likes these spots. 405 with runners in scoring position, second in the National League. He hits righties very well, 324. And that'll go up, a base hit. It's 4-1 as Escobar is 2 for 2 and has come up with a run-saving defensive play as well.
This little soft floater into center field. It looked initially like Kosuke might have a chance to make a play on that ball, but it dropped safely in front, and his first thought was get a force play on the runner at second. I love the way Kosuke thinks out there in center field. The run was going to score from third base. There was nothing you could do about that, but because the runner, Garrett Anderson, had to hold up between first and second to make sure the ball was down, Kosuke was looking for a force play.
Sinker low to Kochman, who's 0 for 1. The pitch hit foul. I'll send out happy birthday wishes to Elaine DeWitt watching tonight in Melbourne, Florida. Tying run at the plate. Cubs lead 4-1. Braves with 3 singles in this inning. check swing, and Wells knocks it down, but couldn't keep it in his glove, and they're loaded up. That's an error on Randy.
Maybe the slightest bit of confusion there. Looked like Wells initially had thoughts about getting the lead runner at third base as he came off the mound. Might have taken his eye off the ball just momentarily to see if Ramirez was covering third. As you can clearly see, Ramirez was coming in to make a play on that ball. So an error on Randy Wells.
Yeah, there would have been no play at third. And there's nowhere to put Matt Diaz. The Braves are 11th in the league in runs. They've pitched a lot better than they have hit this year, but this is their moment to try to get back into this game. Bases loaded, 1 out. A strange goal for the Braves. They at one time had a 5-game winning streak, and they were in Washington playing the last place Nationals, but they lost Saturday and Sunday. Bullpen blew a lead on Saturday, and they ended up losing that series. Oh, 2. As Randy Wells tries to get off the hook here. The pitch. Diaz stays alive. Three singles and an error. A run in for Atlanta. Wells gets a sign from Soto. Here he comes in tight. See the runners. Anderson is the lead man at third, with Escobar at second and Kochman at first. Swing and a miss. A huge punch out for Wells. Still not out of it, but he does face the pitcher to get out of it.
Boy, nice job of setting up that changeup for strike 3. Came in hard with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball off the plate inside on the pitch before, and then comes back with an 84-mile-an-hour changeup that just died when it got to the strike zone.
Diaz frustrated as he heads back to the bench. And here's Jurgens. Ground ball to short. This will get Wells out of the inning. Boy, it could have been a lot worse than it was. The Braves got 1, but left them loaded. It's 4-1 Cubs.
Hope he has that insurance. You really need these days.
How come?
Well, if you're hurt and can't work, it pays you cash.
Yeah, to help with everyday bills. Like gas, the mortgage.
And groceries! It's like insurance for daily living.
So what's it called?
Oh, yeah.
Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
He discovered a pattern.
The numbers are a warning
that predicts future disasters. Now he must decode the clues to stop them.
The numbers are the key.
Knowing, own it on DVD and Blu-ray and get Push the same day.
On Sunday, August 9th, minor league excitement is back in the 2nd annual Road to Wrigley, presented by National City, now part of PNC. Get ready for a day of action featuring the wacky superstars and fan interaction. Kids under 14 will get a chance to run the bases after the game. Tickets starting at just $5. Order today at Cubs.com.
Technology can hold you back or set you free. Toshiba, the laptop expert, designs laptops to work the way you do.
Time to answer the Aflac trivia question. How many countries were represented by the Cubs in the 2008 All-Star Game? This year it'll be only one. Ted Lilly from the United States. Last year, 6 countries or territories represented. And I think we got them all. So Kosuke Fukudome, who was an all-star in his rookie year, will lead off the bottom of the 4th. He has a single and an RBI double. He has scored a run as well. I am guessing Kosuke will not fly back home to Japan for the All-Star break. If he does, he'll basically fly home Monday, come back here Tuesday or Wednesday, and have to go to Washington. Well, the Cubs, I think this is the first year since you and I have been here. The Cubs have to play that Thursday after the All-Star game. So a shorter break than normal. He's gotten on base in this lineup except for Ramos Ramirez, who's 0 for 2. Ball 4.
Hey, fans, don't miss the action as the Cubs battle the Cardinals this Friday. Game time is 1:20, but be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 adults 21 and older will receive a Cubs white T-shirt, compliments of Bud Light.
This is game 80 for the Cubs. They're 40 and 39, including 24 and 14 at Wrigley Field. So a great chance to do some major damage in the division this week. Including tonight, 7 more before the break, all at home. Fukudome runs. The pitch is very high. The throw in plenty of time leads you to believe a hit and run was in order as Fukudome just stopped as he was tagged by Escobar. Terrio never had a chance to swing the bat, if that's in fact what it was. Yeah, look back, and
now Kosuke was peeking back there. Still, you'd like to see him go ahead and make the slide into second base just for safety's sake. It's a lot easier to just go ahead and slide into the bag, even if the tag is there waiting for you, than to try to stop. I mean, as a hitter in a hit and run situation, you tell yourself, I'm going to swing at anything. I'm going to put the ball in play. And then you see that pitch coming right at your face. It's pretty tough to pull the trigger. You're just trying to get out of the way.
Jurgen's having trouble with his landing spot. He has not looked comfortable all night. He has not loved a couple calls by the home plate umpire Darrell Cousins. He's given up 7 hits already. Escobar flags it down on the one hopper. Two down. Brings up Derek Lee. What a night. Mild temperatures, a little warmer than it's been. We're going to have a couple of hot days coming up this week.
That sounds like it. Finally, summer.
Fine with us. late inside. 1-1.
Well, it's just a beautiful night here at Wrigley. The 6:05 start time, an hour earlier than normal for the night games. Just a beautiful, beautiful scene.
Popped into short center. Escobar is out. McLeod coming in and calling for it. And the inning is over. We'll head off to the 5th. It'll be the top of the order, starting with McLeod for Atlanta. Cubs 4, Braves 1.
$1,000 tax, title, and license. You can beat this down. It's got that full leather interior.
See all the ways we're here to help at harrisbankhelps.com.
Want to touch up your car's shine but don't have time to wax? Get the shine that sticks. New Finish Cling Spray Car Polish. Simply spray on this unique no-drip formula and just wipe off to give your car a brilliant shine in minutes. Cling doesn't run like those watered-down sprays and lasts 3 times longer. So get New Finish Cling, the shine that sticks.
Enhance your car shine with New Finish Cling only at Walgreens, Meijer, Autos.
Come out to Valley Falls Adventure Golf for exciting and affordable fun for the whole family. Watch the kids explore the premier miniature golf course in the Quad Cities as you sit back on the patio at Happy Joe's and Rudy's Tacos. Or take a swing yourself. There's adventure at every turn at Valley Falls. We also offer birthday, charity, fundraising, and special events packages for miniature golf and Happy Joe's. Valley Falls Adventure Golf, one slice short of heaven. Located behind Happy Joe's and Rudy's Tacos in Coal Valley.
I've always been a direct mail kind of guy, and just thought I'd step outside the box. And Rana from On Media called on me, and they had a great campaign that was affordable, and I thought I'd give it a shot, and it's been very successful. I recommend that any business other than my competitors use On Media, and I think they're a great company, and I'm going to continue using them.
Hi, I'm Rana. Let me help you stay ahead of your competition. Call me at On Media.
Every morning, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Luke Stuckmeyer here. Don't forget to check out my Cubs blog, Bricks and Ivy, at csnchicago.com, brought to you by Toshiba.
Nate McLeod sends one deep to right and gone on the first pitch of the 5th inning. That's his 14th home run. And it's now 4-2.
14th on the season, 5th as a member of the Atlanta Braves. He's pretty much done exactly what they brought him over here to do. Jumpstart the offense among those outfielders, steal a base from time to time, and here leading off the 5th inning, flexing his muscles a little bit.
Has done a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. Just the 5th home run he has allowed, and this is his 68th inning of work. To Martin Prado. Check down at first. Todd Titchener said he held up. 1-2. Nine homers for Nate McLeod against the Cubs. 8 have come here at Wrigley Field. He looks different. It's his hair, right? He used to have like bleach blonde hair. Terrio and Fontenot. It'll be the shortstop to take it.
You know, Atlanta's a little more conservative. They've always been known as a very professional, business-like clubhouse, so a little more traditional look from Nate McLeod.
Am I crazy, or does he have a different hair color?
You're right.
You're so inquisitive. As you were asking questions before, I think you should be the one to ask him.
I don't like to ask guys about their hair. It's personal feeling.
Chipper Jones inside ball one. And while you're at it, you can also ask Jeff Francoeur about a story I read last week. I guess he's been breaking out what he calls his turkey underwear when they need a win. And according to the story, they usually do win when he wears the turkey underwear. So ask him about his underwear and McLouth about his hair.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then report back.
Big hit in the clubhouse over there on the first base side. You know, that begs the question, if they win when he wears the turkey underwear, why wouldn't you wear the turkey underwear every day? And why wouldn't everybody wear turkey underwear? I guess it just applies to certain people.
See, that speaks to your intellect. You're being very logical about this.
Certain mojo, things that worked for one guy and maybe not for somebody else.
Jones in the air to center. This is Fukudome. 2 outs. Cubs Destinations, a preferred baseball road trip provider of the team, provides fans with the most unique VIP road trip experience available. Each package includes great tickets, first-class hotel accommodations, a tour of the ballpark, and a private meet and greet with a current Cubs player. For more information, visit Cubs.com. Here comes Brian McCann. For the third time, he's 1 for 2. Ball one. It's Jeff Francoeur. Available off the bench tonight. Swing and a miss by McCann. 1-1.
You know, I've been known to wear my lucky underwear when I feel we need to have a really good broadcast on a given night.
You just stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah, I thought I would.
Hopefully that they're doing that on purpose. A lot of smoke coming from a grill or something over there. And Kosuke on the move will catch it. Thankfully to end the inning, so I don't have to ask Bob anymore about what he's wearing tonight. Leadoff homer for McLouth. It's 4-2 Cubs.
Our 737s fly to over 65 cities across the country every day.
Final boarding call.
Each with an average speed of 590 miles per hour. Almost as fast as you. Nothing's going to hold you down. Starting August 16th, fly Southwest Airlines from Chicago Midway to Boston Logan for just $89 one way. Bags fly free on Southwest, so our low fares stay low. Grab your bag. It's on. Book now at southwest.com.
Wait a minute. A High Life shirt and a beret. Pump the brakes. I know that ain't what I think it is. Oh, no, no, no.
Hello, are you here to fix the bidet?
I don't even know what a bidet is. We're here to revoke your High Life license. $135 for a High Life shirt? Pack all that up. Make sure you get it all. There we go. Are you living the High Life? I didn't think so. The badge of common sense only go to the worthy.
Miller High Life Extras. Get authentic High Life gear for buying the beer. Only at MillerHighLife.com.
Hey, Skip, need you in the wheelhouse.
Tenacious grip, no matter the conditions. Firehawk tires with Unity technology, only from Firestone.
Hi, everyone. Gail Fisher with a Sports Night update. Join us for Sports Night tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll have clubhouse reaction from the Cubs, plus update you on the sale to the Ricketts family. And baseball insider Ken Rosenthal tells us how concerned the team is about Rich Harden. That's tonight on Sports Night, but now more Cubs baseball on 70s Night with Len and Bob. This tune was a Bob favorite, I think, back in the day.
Sure sounds like it. Thanks, Gail. It's been a good night for the Cubs and Randy Wells with a 4-2 lead. And the Cubs would like to add on here in the 5th.
Given Jurgen's history, usually he's very good at the beginning of the game, and somewhere about the third time through the opposing batting order, the average jumps up, the runs per inning jump up. So a good sign that they scored against him early, and hopefully they're going to score some more.
And they're trying to win Their 4th out of 5 games to start this 11-game homestand. Bradley grounds to first, picked up by Casey Kochman, who has not committed an error as an Atlanta Brave. 1 out. As Ramirez comes up for the 3rd time, let's go back to something we hope we don't have to see anymore. That was a dislocated left shoulder. It's the 3rd time in his career he suffered that injury. And I think everybody in the ballpark knew exactly what had happened right when he went down. He did grab his wrist, but it was the shoulder, and it cost him 2 months. He's going to get it barehanded by Escobar to throw out Ramirez. Escobar with that little hesitation earlier that allowed Terrio to reach on the infield RBI single, but 2 excellent defensive plays since.
Perhaps a little over-aggressiveness on the part of Aramis Ramirez. He's had 3 at-bats, and 2 of those he swung at the first pitch, made quick outs. That'll come. Getting that feel for your own strike zone and what pitches you want to swing at, what pitches you know you shouldn't swing at. It's usually the last thing to come for a hitter in spring training. Guys get to camp, and physically they're in good shape, but they still need to get their hitting muscles in shape. And as spring training progresses, usually the last thing to come back is your own strike zone, knowing which pitches you can handle and you should swing at and which pitches you should lay off on.
This one will be caught by Prado on a broken bat flare. Off the bat of Soriano, very quick inning. 5 pitches for Jurgens in the 5th. 4-2 Cubs.
An echo is heard from the mountain walls. Forever it stands and proudly it calls, guiding you on to blue skies everywhere.
For generations, more families have built a lifetime of memories with the confidence that Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois will continue to be there for all the adventures yet to come.
Find blue skies everywhere.
We're off. Woo! Something smells funny, and it ain't the ponies. Floppy hats at 10 o'clock. Closest to the track, but farthest from reality. Excuse me, sir. Pardon me, ma'am. Good, honest beer at a tasty price is neck and neck with hoity-toity atmosphere. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And y'all gonna find out today, because you're about to lose this highlight. Woo! Your head almost hit me in my face. We want to hand this out to the people really watching the race. It's a liberating landslide blowout victory for common sense.
Hey, Brian. Hey. What's up with the beard? Oh, I'm not shaving till I have to put gas in my new Civic Hybrid. Okay.
With up to an EPA estimated 45 miles per gallon highway, it gives you more time between fill-ups. A lot more time. The Civic Hybrid from Honda, the most fuel-efficient car in its class. Go to shophonda.com to build and price your own Civic.
Every weekday morning, wake up with the Monsters in the Morning.
When did you start slow down, the last year or 2? Or?
Since I was about 6. The Bears have been notorious, always strong defenses, run the football, and Jay's a thrower, so how that's going to mix, I don't know.
Traffic, weather, sports, and a whole lot of fun. Monsters in the Morning, every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Wednesday, the series wraps up at the friendly confines as Alfonso Soriano and the Cubs battle Chipper Jones and the Braves in a day game slugfest. Coverage starts with BMW Cubs pregame live. Don't miss the Cubs hosting the Braves Wednesday. Pregame live at 12:30 here on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Right-handers Kenshin Kawakami and Carlos Zambrano on Wednesday. Javier Vasquez, Ryan Dempster tomorrow night. 1-1 to Garrett Anderson. Braves inching their way back into this contest with single tallies in the 4th and again in the 5th. We're now in the 6th. Line foul. Sean Marshall warming up. David Ross is in the bullpen with his back to home plate, and that's a scary situation when you see the fans right next to you start to cover their heads. That's why you have a guy protecting that catcher. Boone Logan, former member of the White Sox, is just standing on the mound, not throwing at the moment.
He will, what they call, pitch along with the inning. If Garrett Anderson should reach to lead off the inning, he'll probably start playing a little catch, and then if Escobar should reach, start throwing a little more in earnest in anticipation of a pinch hit in that pitcher spot. Tip off the glove of Giovanni Soto. That's always a frustrating feeling. You feel like you should catch him, but there's really nothing you can do. There's no adjustment you can make in that 2 feet from the time the batter makes contact and change directions of the baseball and the time it hits your glove.
Right at Terrio on the ground. 1 out. So Angel Guzman just off the DL, getting loose along with Marshall for individual health insurance from a name you can trust. Call Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois at 866-575-BLUE. Escobar's 2 for 2 with a run driven in. Wells working quickly, 1-1 the count. Broken bat fly ball. Soriano got a good jump though, and will get there easily. Two down. Brewers and Cardinals are off tonight. They'll start a big series in Milwaukee tomorrow night.
You know, Len, we talk a lot about shutdown innings. After your ball club scores some runs for you, you go right back out there and put a 0 on the board. In a lot of ways, this is a big shutdown inning for Randy Wells because his offense went up there and made 3 quick outs in 5 pitches. And you take your momentum wherever you can get it in this game of baseball, and I'm sure the Braves were feeling like, boy, if we can do something this inning against Wells, put a run or 2 on the board, we're right back in this ball game. But 2 quick outs for Randy, and hopefully get out of this inning unscathed.
The Birds, for an early evening meal, have taken over center field. Matt Diaz hits a ground ball to Terrio. He gets it to Fonten on plenty of time at second as they force Kochman. So a 2-out single, no runs for the Braves. Last of the 6th. Cubs lead by 2.
For over 130 years, our wood stains can handle just about anything. Cabot, our performance is legendary.
I know you do more brakes and mufflers than anyone, but do you really do shocks and struts too?
Yes.
Factory scheduled maintenance?
Yes.
Oil changes?
Yes.
Tire rotation?
Yes.
Belts and hoses?
Yes.
Headlights?
Yes.
Batteries?
Yes.
Back rubs?
Yes.
Come to Midas, America's leader in brakes, where you'll get brake pads and shoes that are guaranteed for as long as you own your car. For mechanics known for their work and their word.
Trust the Midas touch.
Come out to Valley Falls Adventure Golf for exciting and affordable fun for the whole family. Watch the kids explore the premier miniature golf course in the Quad Cities as you sit back on the patio at Happy Joe's and Rudy's Tacos. Or take a swing yourself. There's adventure at every turn at Valley Falls. We also offer birthday, charity, fundraising, and special events packages for miniature golf and Happy Joe's. Valley Falls Adventure Golf, one slice short of heaven. Located behind Happy Joe's and Rudy's Tacos in Coal Valley.
America, put down your sandwiches and speak up.
Subway, eat fresh.
When you want savings you can taste.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh. Flavor you can bank on.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh. And huge flavorific subs that won't take a big bite out of your wallet.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
Right now at Subway restaurants, you can get one of 8 regular 6-inch fresh value meals for just $5. That's one of 8 regular 6-inch sandwiches, plus chips and a drink for just $5. Subway, eat fresh.
Chicago Tribune Live, weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
This Saturday is 7-Eleven Day at Wrigley Field as the Cubs battle the Cards at 3:10 throughout the game. Great prizes will be awarded to lucky fans in random seats. Compliments of 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven.
Bottom 3 in the last of the 6th, starting with Giovanni Soto, strike 1. Jair Jurgens has battled all night. Best inning was the 5th. He made quick work of the middle of the order. Stopped for a few minutes, but pretty much left at this point. Just a few circling the outfield. Popped into right. Diaz comes over, but will not have a play on.
That wind we talked about at the beginning of the ball game blowing from right to left has pretty much died completely. And when there is no wind and warm temperatures here at Wrigley Field, that's when the ball tends to jump. Flag is barely moving out there in center field.
Just foul. Two on Soto. Cubs lead 4-2. Both teams with 7 hits, each with a home run. Clout for Atlanta, Lee for the Cubs. Hard, but right at Yunel Escobar. Mike Fontenot digs in. Angel Guzman goes back out to the bullpen mound with Randy Wells now on deck. Randy Johnson is on the DL. Has a strained shoulder. He injured it on a swing at the plate yesterday and then left after a throwing error at the top of the 4th. He's 45 years old. He's 8-6. Done a nice job for the Giants. 303 career wins with a big unit. Roy Oswalt beat him yesterday. He's starting to heat up. 3-1 with a .213 over his last 4 starts. And a long trip for the Astros home, and they lead 2-0 over the Pirates in the bottom of the 2nd tonight. Mike Hampton against Virgil Vasquez in that one. Astros only 4 back. in the Central. A swing and a miss, strike 3. His first strikeout?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Came on a changeup. Changeup was reported to be his go-to pitch when he needed some strikeouts, when he needed a swing and a miss. I mean, you can see why it's such a good pitch, but he hasn't been able to consistently throw it around the strike zone tonight. When you take a pitcher's best pitch away, the one he likes to go to in tough situations, it's going to be a struggle for any pitcher.
Not a lot of strikeouts in this game. Wells with 4 and Jurgens now with 1. Escobar's had a very active night. And Jurgens seems to be getting stronger. Off to the 7th. Jurgens probably will be pinch hit for. It's 4-2 Cubs.
These two here, guys. It's all good, man. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. You know what? Follow me.
There you go, guys. Enjoy the games.
Heineken Light, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, can you pass me one? Please?
Heineken Light. Give yourself a good name.
Experience a Cubs game at historic Wrigley Field. Individual tickets are available for upcoming games. Get your tickets now by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS, visiting the Wrigley Field box office, or by logging on to Cubs.com. See you at beautiful Wrigley Field.
When breaking news happens, the Comcast Sportsnet news team has it covered.
Breaking news out of Hallis Hall this afternoon. The Bears have acquired quarterback Jay Cutler in a deal with the Denver Broncos.
Congratulations to Derrick Rose, today named the NBA Rookie of the Year.
I consider myself, most blessed man on the face of the earth today.
Get all your Chicago sports news when it happens on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
When this shoe store added Aflac to its employee benefits package at no direct cost to the company, it was a perfect fit. Find out more at forbusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Eddie Olczyk here to tell you about the new Chicago Blackhawk hockey camps coming this summer to rinks around the Chicagoland area. I'm thrilled with the opportunity to be the head instructor. You're going to get current and former Blackhawk players and coaches at every camp. Individual skill and team play, over 12 hours of ice time, off-ice strength and conditioning, and classroom as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. For more information, visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com or call 312-455-7620. See you this summer.
After the game, stick around for Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. Get highlights of all the action, analysis from Todd Hollingsworth, and check in on Lou Pinella's postgame remarks. Don't miss Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. And as you can see, Todd was already practicing, rehearsing for tonight. We just couldn't hear him. That'll be it for Randy Wells. Gregor Blanco, left-handed batter, announced as a pinch hitter, and Lou chooses to go with the lefty Sean Marshall here, and a nice hand for Randy Wells as he exits with a chance for his 4th straight win. We'll be back.
For over 130 years, our wood stains can handle just about anything. Cabot, our performance is legendary.
Wait a minute. A High Life shirt and a beret. Pump the brakes. I know that ain't what I think it is. Oh, no, no, no.
Hello, are you here to fix the bidet?
I don't even know what a bidet is. We're here to revoke your High Life license. $135 for a High Life shirt? Pack all that up. Make sure you get it all. There we go. Are you living the High Life? I didn't think so. The badge of common sense only go to the worthy.
Miller High Life Extras. Get authentic High Life gear for buying the beer. Only at MillerHighLife.com.
Go green with Irish Irish Fest, July 10th through the 12th at the intersection of Wilson and Knox. Headlined by one of the top Irish bands, Gaelic Storm. The fest features great food, drinks, and much more. For more information, visit irishfestchicago.com.
He discovered a pattern. The numbers are a warning that predicts future disasters. Now he must decode the clues to stop them.
The numbers are the key.
Knowing, own it on DVD and Blu-ray and get Push the same day.
It's Feltco's free installation sale on Feltco windows, siding, and doors. But hurry, offer ends July 31st.
Call 866 for Feltco.
If you're traveling and can't watch your Cubs on TV, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. It's the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, and catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit Cubs.com, where baseball is always on. Gregor Blanco taken out, so you can cross his name off that extras list. Jeff Francoeur is going to bat against Sean Marshall. And the 0-1 pitch. Francoeur swings away and slices it foul out of play.
Only the second pinch hit appearance of the season for Jeff Francoeur, and he's up at the plate right now because even though he's hitting .244 on the season, he's a .295 hitter against left-handed pitching.
Another excellent outing for Randy Wells. It was a quality start. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 4 and allowed the home run to McLouth in the 5th. A win tonight would make it 4 in his last 4 starts, after he couldn't buy one.
Good teaser pitch right there. 0-2 from Sean Marshall. Threw a little slow breaking ball up there that bounced right on home plate. He actually got another pitch to play with here if he wants to. Try to get Francoeur to chase a bad one.
Just missed the outside corner on a backdoor curve. 2-2. And there's really no reason to throw a pitch in the strike zone in this spot against a free swinger like Francoeur. Backhanded by Terrio. It's a long throw, and it's going to pull Derek Lee way off first base on a single by Francoeur.
Have had a play if he was able to keep his feet underneath him there when he went to plant in shallow left field. He lost his footing just enough that he couldn't get anything on the throw. Right there, the right foot skidded just a couple of inches. Throw pulls Derek off the bag. Francoeur on with an infield single.
And McLouth represents the tying run. He is singled, struck out, and hit a home run, and that'll be caught by Lee. So McLouth trying to drag bunt for a base hit. And he lines to Derek Lee. 1 out.
McLouth will do that against tough lefties. He'll give in and try to bunt that ball past him toward the second baseman. That time he popped it in the air right to Derek Lee.
So it's Prado with 1 out. Low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hi guys, welcome to Wrigley Field. If it's your first time here. We have a lot of repeat customers here in the friendly confines. 1-1.
That old potato chip commercial. Bet you can't eat just one. Well, I bet you can't come here just once. Well, if you come once, you want to come back again. And again and again.
Sean using that curveball a lot. So Prado with the eye black as we started with some sun. The sun left in the ballpark is one of the bleachers in center and in right, and a little sliver up top along the first base line. Rocketed foul.
a cost-cutting measure, the Braves have obviously fired their makeup artist. Martin Prado, do-it-yourself eye black there today.
Going for the Alice Cooper look. Kick in the 2-2, a bouncer foul. I guess it's 70s night, so you might as well go for that sort of look. With Ramirez fielding that ground ball, he hasn't had any chances tonight. First game off the DL.
I'm pretty sure he didn't have any chances in his first 2 rehab outings with Peoria Chiefs.
Well, you know what's going to happen here. How about a 5-4-3 double play?
I'm all for it.
To Prado with Chipper Jones on deck. Key moment in this game, the Cubs leading by 2. Eric Estrada coming up with our 7th inning stretch. Anxiously awaiting. You don't need this. Come on. And another foul.
Well, I know one thing, Len. Back in 1979, one of us here in the booth was voted one of the 10 sexiest bachelors in the world.
Well, I happen to be the youngest. I was 8 at the time, so I appreciate you bringing that up. Oh, you're talking about our guest.
Yes.
Okay. Ground ball. How about 2? Going to be tough. They get 1, and that's it. So 2 down with Chipper Jones coming up.
Yeah, nice effort by the Cubs middle infielders, but Terrio had to go too far to his right to get to this ball. And Fondo gives it a shot at first base as Francoeur barrel rolled him out there at second base, but not in time to complete the double play.
You got to hold your ground there if you're Mike Fontenot, just to take that throw. And clean slide by Francoeur. Here's Jones batting right-handed against the lefty Marshall. Well, as hot as Prado and Diaz were coming into tonight, they've combined to go 0 for 7. And Marshall now facing future Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. 2 balls, no strikes. Missed again, 3-0. We start to get to the point here, Bob. You almost want to just give him ball 4. Chipper Jones is not going to expand his zone too much, especially ahead in the count. You have a left-handed hitter, Brian McCann, on deck, who's hitting under 240 against lefties. Ball 4. They call it unintentional, but it was about as close to intentional as it gets. It's the first walk issued by Cubs pitching tonight.
Well, now the important thing for Sean Marshall is to get right back into that strike zone after that semi-intentional walk to Chipper Jones. Well, you got to find the corners of that strike zone again quickly on Brian McCann.
Angel Guzman just standing and watching in the bullpen. This is Marshall's guy, and guy on deck also a lefty, Garrett Anderson. There's a strike. 1-1. The Birds are back. Trying to find some food out in center. Ground ball. Derek Lee picks it up. Marshall covering first. Time for the stretch with Eric Estrada.
Guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game is the star of the show, Chips and 70s icon Eric Estrada.
All right, fans, let me hear you. A 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. We're gonna root for the Cubbies. It's a shame if they don't win. But it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, let's get some run!
He discovered a pattern. The numbers are a warning that predicts future disasters. Now he must decode the clues to stop them.
The numbers are the key.
Knowing, own it on DVD and Blu-ray and get pushed the same day.
If ever you're not satisfied with one of our tires, please feel free to bring it back. Thank you. Discount Tire Company.
Low prices, more choices. Discount Tire.
Wednesday, Alfonso Soriano and the Cubs continue their battle in the NL against Chipper Jones and the Atlanta Braves. Coverage begins with BMW Cubs Pregame Live. Join Landon Bob for Cubs Braves Wednesday at 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Don't miss anything happening in St. Louis. Watch Sports Night throughout the All-Star break as Chuck Garfien covers all the festivities, interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and all the sights and sounds from the Midsummer Classic. Sports Night All-Star Reports with Chuck Garfien, July 13th and 14th on Comcast Sportsnet.
Put him back. And I just saw him over here, and I was going to get...
Back here in the bottom of the 7th, Eric Estrada is with us to start Chips, and the conductor of our 7th inning stretch tonight here on 70s Night. Eric, a pleasure to have you in the booth with us as Peter Moylan will take over for the Atlanta Braves. How are you?
I'm terrific. God, this is so neat. Last time I did this here 3 years ago, I believe, I had my wife and daughter with me. This time they couldn't come because I just came from Watkins Glen up at the races. So they couldn't make the trip with me.
What a beautiful night for baseball tonight. The Cubs lead 4-2. And, you know, a little twist, you know, a lot of the great singers and bands, when they do the live rendition, you know, they got to change the lyrics up a little bit.
Well, yeah, just a touch.
Just a little bit. You put your own trademark on.
Well, you want to personalize it just a smidgen because you don't want to get beat up on the way out of here. The fans will beat you up.
And we got to tell the story. A lot of, you know, the 7th inning stretch guest. See, it says right there, 7th inning stretch singer 2009, and Eric signed it. After they sing it, they throw it out of the booth. But you're going to give it to a specific young fan. Tell us the story.
Well, when I got here, I went out to the field before I threw the first pitch in, the ceremony, first pitch. I was signing autographs with the fans, and I kept going down the line till until it ended. And there was one kid looks up at me, and he says, "What's it feel like?" I said, "What?" And he says, "What's it feel like to be on the field?" And I just froze, and I said, so I went to the proper authorities. I said, "Hey, can I bring that kid out on the field for 10 seconds?" And they said, "Sure, but do it quickly because they don't like that." So I just grabbed the kid, picked him up, stood him on the field for a little bit, and I said, "Feel it, feel it, feel it. Okay, let's go." And I put him back. And then when I threw my pitch in, I was looking for the kid to give the ball to him because it was signed by the catcher, Fox, and I was going to look for the kid, but I didn't know. That was way down there. And when I got into this room, the kid is sitting over here, and he waved at me, and I said,
"There he is.
I want to give him the hat."
Great. So when we're done, you're going to
I'm going to give it to the kid.
That's a great story. Nicely done, Eric.
Yeah.
Well, Bob always always says, give it to a kid.
Give it to a
you
kid.
see a foul ball.
Isn't it all about the kids?
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. 3-2 on Fukudome. Here's a pitch by Moylan. Ground ball to short. There's that guy again, Yunel Escobar, and he throws on to first. So, Bob, what was the note you had on Eric, 1979?
Yeah, one of the 10 sexiest men alive. That's not funny. That's a serious thing now, Eric. A lot of us would chew off a finger to get voted the sexiest man alive.
Well, yeah, it's kind of embarrassing, but then it's not. And you gotta weigh it.
You like knowing that fact, but you don't like being asked about it. That's what it's about.
It's embarrassing. That's it. You nailed it.
All right, now we have to ask you about this. You're a police officer, right? A reserve police officer in Muncie, Indiana.
Right, for the last 4 years. And then I went over to Bedford County, Virginia, became a deputy sheriff. And now I'm an investigator with Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Excuse me. And I've actually went out on warrants and arrested a bunch of guys, shot sexual predators off the internet. And what I want to do with all this is that when I start lobbying Washington for internet safety education, put it in all our schools, I want to do it as the real deal. You know? Well, know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, and I guess it begs the question: did your time on Chips get you into that, or were you already? That's something you were interested in before the show, right?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have been an actor if I wasn't an actor. I would have been a New York cop by now, probably retired, or shot, or hurt. You know, because the job is you never know from day to day. These guys put it on the line just like firemen. You don't know. You never know.
No, they don't get enough credit.
No, totally not.
Question about it.
And they need our support. You know, and I've seen my share of child pornography, and I just want to do something about it. I don't want kids getting had off the internet because they're not being educated on what not to do in these 40,000 plus chat rooms that are out there. Somebody's got to teach them what not to do. Don't give out personal information. Don't accept gifts. Never go visit anybody that you've met in a chat room. And if they approach you inappropriately, uncomfortable, go to an adult and tell them.
2 outs in the inning. Derek Lee at the plate. And on a lighter topic, you were on a reality TV show a few years ago. And,
yeah.
What was that experience like? Would you do it again? I thought, and I told Bob this when I saw that you were coming in last week. I said, you came off really well as Derek Lee finds a gap, and he's going to end up at least at second base with his second hit of the night. It's hard to look good after a reality TV show because they're always going to find the little spats and the arguments, but I thought you looked really good out of that. You tried to play peacemaker a lot of the time.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to do the show, period. And my wife was the one that talked me into it. I said, honey, you don't want to put me in a place, in a house with a bunch of people, and if they become knuckleheads, you know what's going to happen. She says, no, you're not. She says, you're going to go, and you're going to be the guy I married. You're going to be the father and the son and the brother that you are. That's the guy I want people to see because they only know you as Punch. Nobody knows the guy I'm married to. I want that. When you get angry and you get upset, leave the house. But don't you raise a finger to anyone. So when I got in the house, first thing I had to deal with was Vanilla Ice. I said, oh, my God. Am I going to stuff this guy in a pillowcase or, sooner or later, we're going to either stuff each other in pillowcases. So then I figured, you know what, I'm twice his age. I decided to raise him.
And you did, yeah.
And learn him. And then Tammy Faye, when you meet Tammy Faye, she really is what she talked. She walked the talk. She really was about Jesus and love and all this. So when you meet her, all you want to do is protect her. Tracy Bingham, there were times I wanted to stick a fork in her neck. Okay? I did. And then Trishelle was a sweetheart when she wasn't drinking. And then there was Ron Jeremy. I got to tell you, what a blessed guy. But you know what about him? What I found interesting, he is a certified special education teacher, and you put him down in front of a piano or any instrument, especially a piano, and he can play anything from Mozart to jazz without sheet music. He's quite intelligent and quite friendly and doesn't have to flaunt it. Right. I wouldn't either if I was that lucky.
Right. Well, little known fact.
Too much information.
Yeah, a little bit. 1 strike on Ramos Ramirez. 2 on. They intentionally walked Bradley to get to Aramis, and he's going to hit a ground ball to short. Escobar the throw to second. Eric, really a pleasure to have you with us in the booth, and best of luck again.
Thank you.
Appreciate to see you, and also what you said about police officers, absolutely true. So best of luck in that endeavor.
All right. God bless you.
Places. AT&T, the best coverage worldwide. Get a Nokia E71X, the thinnest smartphone, for $99.99 after mail-in rebate.
This is liberation through acceleration. This is the Lexus IS line at your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
This is the dedicated Feltco installation team, and right now they will install Feltco windows, siding, and doors free.
Hey, Dave, we're still getting paid for this, right?
Yeah, Jim, we talked about this.
It's Feltco's free installation sale on Feltco windows, siding, and doors.
It's Feltco's biggest sale of the year. But hurry, this offer ends July 31st.
Call 866 for Feltco. See, the high life is about celebrating, not separating. We coming for your VIPs, and we ain't the paparazzi. We looking for the little fuzzy rope. How you doing? Yeah, we're not on that. I can guarantee that. Excuse us. Thank you so much. Paying extra money so other people can't sit next to you. You know where I come from. We party together with a good, honest beer at a tasty price. Fuzzy rope to make y'all feel more important. Common sense ain't on the guest list. These people know how to do it. That's it. Hey!
Time to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. Derek Lee with his 3rd home run on this homestand. 2nd 2-run homer in as many days. Putting the Cubs on top. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Carlos Marmol is on as we start the 8th. Thanks to Eric Estrada for joining us and regaling us with his reality TV stint. It's an interesting group.
Turned into a reality TV show up here, didn't it? I only have one question. What team does Ron Jeremy play for?
I think he's semi-retired.
Okay.
Never heard of him. 0-2 on Garrett Anderson. Carlos Marmol, the 3rd Cubs pitcher tonight.
I will say this. Eric Estrada probably posed for as many pictures tonight here at Wrigley Field as Mr. T did when he made his appearance up here in the 7th inning. He couldn't have been more gracious with the fans down on the field and in the stands and up here in the press box, really enjoying his night here at Wrigley.
Strikes on Anderson. 4-2 Cubs. We've seen Wells, we've seen Marshall, and now Marmol. Trying to set up for Kevin Gregg. Nice slider to strike out Anderson. This Sunday is AM/PM day here at Wrigley Field. Watch the Cubs take on the Cardinals at 7:05. Be sure to arrive early. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Cubs cooler bag, compliments of AM/PM. Too much good stuff. One and 0 on Yunel Escobar. Sliders strike, 1-1. A sign from Soto. The pitch. Escobar able to hold, and it's 3-1. Kochman on deck. And outside again. Ball 4. Rafael Soriano and Manny Acosta up in the Atlanta pen. The pitch to Kochman way outside, and Soto was up quickly to head out to the mound. Carlos struggling with his command. While we have a moment, let's check in on the Home Depot doing more on defense. Kosuke Fukudome. Great jump. Nice running catch. He's back in the 5th inning. Robbing Brian McCann. The 1-0 outside. Struggling with that slider.
I think we're pretty close to seeing Angel Guzman get back up in the bullpen for the Cubs. Marmol has been known to find it after losing that strike zone for a batter or two and pitch himself out of a jam, but in a 2-run ball game, you don't want to create a jam.
On deck, 0 for 3. The pitch. Slider straight. We sound like a broken record, but this pitch doesn't have to be in the zone. There's 3-2. There's a 3-1, but it has to at least give Kochman the idea it might be hittable. And it is, and a 1 bouncer. Nice flip by Fontenot. They turn the double play and get out of the inning. Well, Marmol was teetering there for a moment, but gets a 4-6-3 double play, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs lead by 2.
Right now, buying a Toyota makes more sense than ever. You get the quality you can depend on. You can take advantage of unprecedented selection, and now you can get 0% financing on your favorite Toyota models, like the Toyota Camry, the Toyota Corolla, or the Toyota RAV4. And if you're a recent college graduate, now's the time to take advantage of our $1,000 college grad rebate program. Where can you find great cars, great leases, and great deals? Your Toyota dealer.
Check out the wide selection of tile and carpet available at Menards. River Edge from Doll Tile is a durable ceramic tile with a rustic look. Only $119 a square foot. These stylish 2x2-inch mosaics are ideal for backsplashes, countertops, and showers. Only $179 a square foot. Add style to any room with carpet from Shaw. Choose from robust frisé or indulged textured plush. Your choice, just $119 a square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
History is in the making with 2 titles and a card for the ages. When the most powerful man in MMA, current UFC heavyweight champ Brock Lesnar, faces interim champ Frank Mir for the undisputed world title. Plus, welterweight champ George St. Pierre in the biggest fight of his career against the man who destroyed Matt Hughes, Thiago Alves. And Dan Henderson and Michael Bisping go to war. Bud Light presents UFC 100.
UFC 100 is live July 11th on pay-per-view.
Hi, everyone. Gail Fisher with this Toyota Sports Night update. Join us for Sports Night tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll have clubhouse reaction from the Cubs. And baseball insider Ken Rosenthal tells us how concerned the team is about Rich Harden. That's tonight on Sports Night. But now more Cubs baseball with Len and Bob.
Thanks, Gail. Manny Acosta will take over on the mound for Atlanta. Then he'll face Soriano, Soto, and Fontenot. The Cubs try to tack on, already leading by 2. Here's the pitch. An infield pop-up. It's caught by Martin Prado. Soriano is 1 for 4. Let's take a gander at the Feldco upcoming schedule. Here it comes. There it is. Off day Thursday. We'll have the third and final game of this series right here on Comcast Sportsnet. And then we'll greet you next from Washington, D.C. a week from Thursday. 1-0 to Giovanni Soto. Make it 1-1. Closer Kevin Gregg chatting with Lester Strode, looking at those scouting reports on the scheduled hitters for Atlanta in the ninth.
Gets a little dicey when the second batter you face is at pitcher spot and you're never quite sure who Bobby Cox may choose to send up there as a pinch hitter. He does have a switch hitter available, Conrad. Otherwise Hernandez and Ross both right-handed hitters off the bench. Blanco the only straight left-handed hitter that Bobby Cox had available, and he was burned when Lou Piniella made the switch to Sean Marshall.
Soto deep to left center, and it's off the bottom of the wall for a double for Soto. Seen a lot more pop out of the Cubs catcher the last few weeks.
It's a ball belt high out over the plate where he can really extend his arms and hook that ball back to the gap in left center. Hits right at the base of the wall, just to the left of the 368 mark.
Roger McDowell coming out to talk with Acosta. Award-winning musical entertainment invades Wrigley Field this summer. Coming up, Billy Joel and Elton John perform their face-to-face tour Thursday, July 16th and Tuesday, July 21st. Rascal Flatts perform their Unstoppable tour on Saturday, July 18th. Tickets are still available. You can visit tickets.com or call 1-800-THE-CUBS. Mezzanine suites are also available by calling 773-404-CUBS. Nothing like baseball, and also now rock and roll concerts, country shows here at Wrigley Field. What a great venue. Ball 1 to Mike Fontenot. Marmol. Anderson's over. It's into the front row, right behind the bullpen. 2-2. Cubs with 2 in the first on the homer by Derek Lee. 2 more big ones in the second, and the thing you love about that inning, Bob, is it all happened with 2 outs. 4 straight hits.
It started with the bottom of the order. Mike Fontenot, the 8-hitter, had the first base hit. Randy Wells got a hit of his own, and then Fukudome doubled. Ryan Theriot singled. Love those 2-out rallies.
Called strike 3. So 2 down in the inning, and it's Micah Hoffpower for Marmol. Do you have a feeling we're going to be asked by everyone we run into the next 40 years about tonight's 7th inning stretch interview?
Well, it's a possibility.
We've had a few where the minute the guest walks out, you say to yourself, that's going to be talked about for a while. This Power is going to ground out to second. So off to the 9th. And Kevin Gregg will try to notch the save with the Cubs leading 4-2.
Hi. My meeting got moved up. I need to change my Southwest flight.
No problem. You know, maybe other people are content to sit around and wait.
Wait for something to happen, for business to pick up.
But for you, it's time to kick it in gear. Time to get going.
Time to get tough. Take control.
You're not going to run it hard.
Because backing down's not your style.
Grab your bag. It's on.
See Wrigley Field like you never have before. Take a 90-minute behind-the-scenes tour of this legendary ballpark. Now, Chicago Trolley offers convenient transportation to and from Wrigley Field. Purchase tickets by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS or by visiting Cubs.com.
Don't miss anything happening in St. Louis. Watch Sports Night throughout the All-Star break as Chuck Garfien covers all the festivities, interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and all the sights and sounds from the Midsummer Classic. Sports Night All-Star Reports with Chuck Garfien, July 13th and 14th on Comcast Sportsnet.
Now entering soft scrub.
Take me, baby. Take me now. Take me, baby. Take me to the edge of explosion.
Now entering body buff.
Axe Detailer Shower Tool. A soft black side, a rough red side.
Keep your dog safe with an In-Attack in-ground fencing system from Menards. Contain your dog and keep your view with this underground fence, just $77.94. This underground pet fence with rechargeable collar is only $169. Add beauty and privacy to your yard with pre-assembled fence panels. This 4x8-foot treated dog-eared fence panel is just $19.98. This 6x8-foot heavy-duty treated dog-eared panel is only $38.99.
Save big money at Menards.
Cub fans, get ready for an exciting finish. Brought to you by New Finish Cling Instant Detailer. Now enhance your car's shine between polishing with Cling.
Well, the BMW ultimate drive of the game, Derek Lee, in the first inning, 2-run homer. He's had an all-star type first half, even though he didn't make the all-star team. That's our BMW ultimate drive of the game. Kevin Gregg working to Matt Diaz, switching. Brooks Conrad is on deck, and then Nate McLeod. Slider strike 1-1 to Diaz. Cubs so far able to cool off Diaz, who was 13 for his last 21 coming in. Fastball missed. Well, it never fails, Bob. Late in a game, usually the last time around when the team's down 1 or 2 or 3 runs, the batters seem to get more patient. And Diaz likes to swing the bat. 2-2.
Well, you don't know whether that's Diaz on his own just trying to be more patient, or if Bobby Cox alerted the hitters as they went to the plate, hey, we need a base runner right here, make him throw strikes.
Why? I mean, I wouldn't ask you why guys are patient in this spot. We know why, but why aren't those guys patient earlier in games? The most aggressive hitters in baseball are always most patient late. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Is it because they see the score and it's obvious we need 2 runs here?
Yeah,
is that why?
I think you understand that you're running out of outs in the ball game, and you got to do whatever you can to win a game. Earlier in the ball game, you're thinking, well, if he throws me a first pitch strike, I'm going to whack at it and try to put my team on the board or try to get on base for the guys hitting behind me. But later in the ball game, everything becomes more magnified, and you understand what your role is as a leadoff hitter in a 2-run game.
Here is Conrad. He had a game-winning 3-run homer Friday in the 7th inning as a pinch hitter in Washington. First career home run. He was called up earlier in the day from AAA Gwinnett. An all-star in the AAA International League. 2-0 the count. Any base runners in the tying run will come up. And it gets a lot tougher after Conrad. Back to the top and Nate McLouth. Looks Conrad old school with no batting gloves, no wristbands or anything. Former Oakland A. Just a handful of games with the A's, 3-1. That was last year. So back-to-back full counts for Greg. The 3-2 pitch just got a piece. 40,042 the paid attendance here tonight. Greg with his first game since Friday when he got the win. Season high tying 2 scoreless innings. And another 3-2 pitch, another foul. Two teams ahead of the Cubs are off tonight. A chance to get within 2 of St. Louis and within 1 of second place Milwaukee.
Couple of good rips by Conrad, fouling the Kevin Gregg fastball straight back. They just keep going right after it. Right now, even if Conrad should happen to hit a solo home run, you still have a 1-run lead in the ball game. The worst thing you could do is put him on base and set up a potential for a tying 2-run homer.
Another foul, so it'll be at least a 10-pitch at bat.
On occasion, we've seen Kevin Gregg kind of go with his version of a quick pitch. He kind of pitches out of that abbreviated windup, and we've seen him at times just slide right into his delivery trying to catch the hitter off balance, and it's worked for him in some tough situations. That time he came to a set position, took a deep breath, waited a second, and then delivered the pitch to home plate. The one I'm talking about is he gets his sign from Gio. He comes up to the set position and just goes. He doesn't hesitate at all.
Ramirez taking a look. Well, this is a big league battle here. Gregg and Conrad. Ready for pitch number 12 coming up.
Well, if you're Bobby Cox, you're rooting for Conrad and the on-deck hitter Nate McLeod to see enough pitches to perhaps take Kevin Gregg out of the equation tomorrow.
This one playable, but Soriano got a late jump. He's going to get there, maybe battling the tough sky as we near dusk. 2 outs. And it brings up McLeod. By the way, as is often the case, this game will be replayed at 2 a.m. Central Time on Comcast Sportsnet. If you missed it, want to check it out again, maybe you missed the 7th inning stretch, and kind of glad it's late at night considering our guest tonight and the topics discussed. The 0-1 to McLeod, and the Braves are still alive as Martin Prado will come up. McLeod has 3 hits.
Went down and got that fastball, lined it toward the gap in right center. Milton Bradley moves over a few steps, makes sure to keep it in front, keep that runner at first base.
Well, they're making Kevin Gregg earn it. Prado 0 for 4. The reigning National League Player of the Week. Slider strike. Knocked down by Soto. Cubs aren't really concerned about McLeod, although you'd like to keep him there just to create the force play at second.
Now Derek Lee's not even holding on Nate McLeod at first base, which tells you, just as you said, they're not really too concerned with him over there at first, but also that Martin Prado sprays the ball all over the field. Normally you would only do this with a left-handed pull hitter at the plate.
Prado upset maybe he didn't swing at that pitch. 1-2. I only say that because he was upset before it was called a strike. Fans are up. McLeod runs, and a ground ball to second, picked up by Fontenot. Cubs win. They've taken 4 of 5 on the homestand, and they win in Aramis Ramirez's return to the lineup. He went 0 for 4, but everybody else picked him up early on. They got all 4 runs in the first 2 innings, and Randy Wells has won 4 straight. With Giovanni Soto.
All right, thanks, Len. First of all, Gio, Randy Wells was outstanding in this game. What did he have going for him?
You know, he's been able to mix in his pitches. I mean, you know, sliders, you know, change up, good command of his fastball in and away. So, you know, he's been huge for us. You know, since he came up.
That's 4 straight wins for him. Did you feel like you could put almost anything down and he could throw that tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he's always have a good command of whatever pitches he's capable of throwing, and he's been showing this, since he came up. He's been showing it all along.
You're starting to swing the bat. Guys are starting to swing the bat, and that's 9 of 11 here at Wrigley Field. What is it about playing in this place?
It's just, probably we got the greatest fan in the world. I mean, this place electrifying, and we like to play at home, and we got great fans. Just glad that we can pull it off.
Congratulations on a nice win. That's 4 out of 5 guys. Gio Soto with a double there, and the Cubs win again.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Gio. Well, Bob, final word. 4-2 the win. This team's starting to roll a little bit.
Yeah, starting to roll a little bit. Good to have Aramis Ramirez back in a strange, odd kind of a way. It's good that he did not contribute to this win tonight. Lets the rest of the offense prove that they can handle it. They can score some runs. They can drive in some big runs. We know Aramis is going to get hot and carry this team for stretches of the second half. Good to see the rest of the offense pick it up tonight.
Yeah, didn't have to really contribute at all on defense, and neither on offense. But he'll get his timing back, and I'm sure, as Bob said, carry this team at some point in the second half. That'll do it for our game coverage. Stay tuned for Postgame Live. The final score tonight, the Cubs 4, the Braves 2. Our next Cubs telecast will be Wednesday at 1 o'clock. 12:30 for Pregame Live. Game 3 of this series against the Braves. Kenshin Kawakami and Carlos Zambrano on the mound. In-game scoring provided by ScorePad. And now for Bob Brentley, Luke Stuckmeyer, Eric Estrada, and our entire crew. This is Len Casper. We're going to send it over to Gail and Todd on our Comcast Sportsnet studios. Cubs win.
Gail Fisher with you. Lowe's Comps Postgame Live is up next. We'll hear Lou Pinella's postgame comments. Plus, Todd Hollandsworth joins me to break down the game, including Randy Wells' good outing. Plus, answer our poll question. Do you think the Cubs will be in first place at the All-Star break? That's after a quick timeout. Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live is up next.
1 minute, we were sitting on the couch just talking about it.
And then more and more people kept coming.
It was insane. We were there.
When breaking news happens, the Comcast Sportsnet News team has it covered.
Breaking news out of Hallis Hall this afternoon. The Bears have acquired quarterback Jay Cutler in a deal with the Denver Broncos.
Congratulations to Derrick Rose, today named the NBA Rookie of the Year.
I consider myself, most blessed man on the face of the earth today.
Get all your Chicago sports news when it happens on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Hope he has that insurance. You really need these days.
How come?
Well, if you're hurt and can't work, it pays you cash.
Yeah, to help with everyday bills. Like gas, the mortgage.
And groceries! It's like insurance for daily living.
So what's it called?
Aflac!
Oh, yeah.
Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
2 beers. You got it.
Are you insured? Do you know when your beer is perfectly cold? Or do you risk drinking a warm one? If you have the new Coors Light Cold Activated can, you're covered, because now every can turns blue when your beer is as cold as the Rockies. It's cold insurance. Only from Coors Light. Cold beer? That's our policy.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Menards. At Menards, you'll find big lumber yards, big selection, and big savings. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Midas, we're on this road together. Go to MidasChicago.com for valuable savings. Aflac, we've got you under our wing. And by Toyota. See your Toyota dealer now now to start saving now. This is Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live.
Fans are up. McLeod runs and a ground ball to second. Picked up by Fontenot. Cubs win.
Kevin Gregg picking up the save as the Cubs beat the Braves 4-2 at Wrigley Field. That's 2 wins in a row. 4 of 5 wins on this homestand already, and that's what we wanted to see in this critical stretch before the All-Star break. Hello and welcome to Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live. I'm Gail Fisher alongside Todd Hollinsworth. A solid win for the Cubs tonight. You know, the game felt like the Cubs were up big for most of it. You and I were talking about this. We thought, boy, they're up big. Oh, wait, it's only a 2-run game. But that's because it felt like they were in command the whole game.
Well, they came out early and got early offense. Derek Lee with the big 2-run home run in the first inning. Randy Wells taking control of this game, being aggressive, not walking anybody. You have the lead the entire game. That's how you can be. You can be aggressive. You're not playing station-to-station baseball. You're coming out, you're swinging the bats, and it looked like both teams tonight were swinging at a lot of first pitches, but both of these guys, after the first couple innings, settled down and made better first pitches, and that's why the offense kind of went out the window a little bit. But again, the early offense and played with the lead and got great pitching.
Well, Derek Lee, you mentioned he had a couple of hits in this one, but the big one coming all the way in that first inning, a 2-run home run. As we take a look back at it, an interesting note, Todd. 4 home runs for Derek Lee in the month of July, all coming in that first plate appearance. Tell us why.
Well, this is a byproduct of somebody who's been working on their swing, who was getting themselves out of a rut early in the season and is now feeling it. You're watching a guy who's going up to the plate early in the game. I mean, it's like the game never stops for him. He's getting ready for tomorrow's game right now in his head because he feels so good up there. He's able to come out. It doesn't matter who's on the mound right now, who he's facing. So many times players, offensive players in their career, they get obsessed with, you know, who am I facing tomorrow? What's this guy got? Right now, it doesn't matter to Derek Lee. He's coming to the yard, ready to swing the bat from the first pitch he sees on, and this Cubs team is getting results.
And you'll see those home runs, all multi-run home runs, not solo shots. That's because the guys ahead of him are getting on base, so that is also good to see. Aramis Ramirez back in this lineup, and he did not get a hit, but he did, you know, had some nice at-bats and did things that perhaps got the guys behind him getting some hits.
Well, you know, Aramis Ramirez, to me, he's one of these few guys, and the Cubs are really lucky to have him, that impacts the lineup regardless of what he does at the plate. I know so many people were, the savior's back, here he comes, we're going to be good, we're going to be okay, expecting so much from him. It was good to see the Cubs get a win without him really doing much offensively. You heard Bob Brenly talk about that a little bit, easing back into the game, but he is a guy who impacts the lineup. He impacts the hitters around him. Again, there's very few hitters in the National League who can do this to a lineup. The Cubs are very blessed to have Aramis hitting in the middle of the lineup, and he, again, is one of those guys who impacts the lineup that way. You watch the at-bats tonight, having him back, watching the ovation that he was getting throughout the game. Even when he was coming up with runners on base and they pitched around Bradley late, he hit that ground ball out. But you could sense that, you know, he's back, and here he is. And it just seemed like the team from last year getting him back in the lineup.
And you said you thought he'd take note, by the way, that they walked Bradley to get to him. His competitive fire is back. All right, let's talk about the pitching. Randy Wells, a superb job on the mound. He picks up his 4th straight win. It's the first Cubs pitcher all season long to win 4 straight starts. So good for him. 6 innings. You'll see his numbers there. Struck out 4, no walks. Again, this guy is just consistent.
Well, 2 things stand out to me about Randy's outing tonight that really impressed me. Number 1, that 4th inning when he got himself into a little bit of trouble, he put some runners on. His composure. He knew where he was in the lineup. He gets the strikeout of Matt Diaz in the 8-hole, and then he's got the pitcher coming up. But how he approached it, and he made an error which kind of helped make that mess. But, you know, he went after these guys all night long. His composure on the mound, he stayed aggressive, and he pitched for the lead. We talked so many times about the pressure that has been on these pitchers all season long because the games have been tied and they've been close. You're looking at what happens when you're actually pitching with a lead. Guys can settle in, guys can make pitches. The opposing offense has to be a little bit more conservative. They can't go out there trying to steal bases. They're trying to get back into the ball game. So when you turn over leads to this pitching staff, which has been so fantastic, another quality start tonight, you've got an opportunity to put teams away and put games away. You come out and score 4 runs early. There was a period where the Cubs went about 3 or 4 innings where they didn't get a hit up until Derek Lee's double, I think in about the 8th. there wasn't anything going on, but the whole time you're pitching with a lead.
And he's pitching well, and he's pitching with some defense behind him. Let's take a look back in the second inning. You'll see Milton Bradley with a great catch here. So Wells getting some defensive support in this ball game. Fly ball right on the wall there. And watch that nice catch into the eye.
That was a great timing. That was a great play by Milton right there. And again, you talk about the zest and the spark that's been, I mean, this team's been playing really well at Wrigley Field, and you need to see, I mean, for me, the big thing for them is getting back out on the road and doing this. But they're taking advantage of this 11-game homestand, what you want to see them do, and they're bringing it. They're understanding, listen, you're not going to go out there and go 4 for 4 every game. Milton Bradley's out there. He's making plays on defense. He made that great catch right there, and it takes away the momentum. Matt Diaz came in incredibly hot. It looked like he got a little aggressive later in the game and made a lot of outs.
All right, let's hear from the winning pitcher, Randy Wells, talking to the media.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sitting down in Iowa for, you know, 3 or 4 years, whatever it was, you know, you're on the cusp, and, you know, you just want that shot, and that's all you can ask for is just a shot to get an opportunity to show that you can play. And, you know, if you do well, you hope you stay. It's a tough game, you know, see what's happening here with, you know, Sam Fold and them guys, you know, that have played well, but, you know, there's no room right now. And, you know, when you get your opportunity, you just got to make the most of it, and hopefully things work out.
There were a few innings where you had to work on some trouble. What did you do to get out of it?
Just make pitches. You know, in spring training, or ever since I've, you know, been in big league camp with the Cubs, you know, Larry's, you know, he's always, you know, preached just execute the pitch at hand and try not to let the other stuff that's going on around you affect the way you throw the ball to the plate. And when you get in jams, you got to, you know, concentrate on what you need to do to try to limit the damage. I gave up the run there, and I think it was the 4th inning. You know, I thought I made an okay pitch, but you know, it probably wasn't the right selection to go to, and you know, I gave up the hit, gave up the run, and then you know, I had to battle to get out of that inning. I got the big strikeout, and then had the pitcher coming up, and you know, made a pitch, got him to ground out. So I mean, it's just not letting the wheels keep turning, and just, you know, staying calm and making pitches.
Have you changed your game plan with Larry and Gio? Because last time out he threw a lot less fastballs. Are you trying to change up from start to start, not be predictable?
No, I think going into every start, it's, you know, pound the zone with the fastball, establish both sides of the plate, and work off that. But, you know, early on, I didn't have the sinker working very good tonight. I had a lot of fly ball outs, and, you know, guys were, you know, sitting on some pitches out over the plate, and, you know, you try to get in and pound down and away when things are, when, you know, your back's against the wall. But I was able to, you know, flip some sliders in there and throw some changeups and keep them off balance a little bit, or just enough to get outs and be able to, you know, like I said, limit the damage.
You've certainly been turning things around yourself, and the team seems to be righting itself. Can you talk about what it means to be a big part of what might be a big turnaround here that people weren't expecting anyway?
You know, I'm just trying to keep it simple. You know, the team, you know, in my opinion, I haven't been here that long, but the team with this many quality guys, this many quality athletes and ball players, you can't keep them down very long. You know, we hit a rough spot there, but eventually you guys are going to come out of it. And, you know, for me to be a part of that is, you know, rewarding and gratifying, but, you know, I got to keep it simple. I can't just, in my own psyche, I can't go out there and say, oh, I'm a huge part of this team. I can't do it. I gotta concentrate on what I can do, and that's every 5th day go out there and try to give the team a quality start. And, you know, if I fit into that piece of the puzzle at the end of the year where somebody writes about it, then fine. But as far as, you know, the day-to-day things, I'm just trying to, you know, give quality starts and try to, you know, fit in wherever I do.
Who was saying you probably could have been part of the bullpen right out of spring training, but it turned out to be a blessing because they were able to stretch you out. What was going through your mind at the beginning of the season when you knew you had to kind of switch roles a little bit?
You know, with the injury I had last year, you know, in September, I wasn't really sure what, you know, was going to be in store for me spring training. I was a little behind, so the 1 inning here and there, you know, kind of worked out for me. But, you know, the last couple of years I've been, I guess, whatever you guys call it, swingman or whatever down there. Guys get called up, I make their starts, they come back down, I go to the bullpen, you know, and I kind of, you know, relish that role a little bit just because I was, you know, I knew I was helping the organization, and somehow, some way I knew I was going to get a shot. And, but as far as, you know, going back to starting, you know, I'm comfortable there. Started the last 3 years in Iowa, and I knew in my mind that there's probably a better shot that at some point in the season they were going to need a starter, whether they hit a lot of games in a short amount of days. And I was pretty positive. And when I got called in the office in spring training, and they had told me what was going on, I stayed positive and just went down there and got my work done. And it's a good place to get things right. It's hard coming from the bullpen for me to get consistent with all 3 pitches. And so it was nice to go down there and start and have 4, 5, 6 innings early to be able to stretch out and work on your stuff and be able to help the team whenever they need it.
After so many no decisions, Randy Wells finally gets his just due. He wins his 4th straight. We are heading to break, but let's check out our Cubs opinion poll question of the night. Do you think the Cubs will be in first place at the All-Star break? A simple yes or no. Log on to CSNChicago.com, then visit the Cubs team page to cast your vote. We'll have the results later on Lowe's Cubs Postgame Live.
The game of golf is full of treasures, memories, keepsakes. But it's more than that. It tests your will and captures the soul. Golf is the sport of a lifetime, played by people of all ages all over the world. Here at Golf Chicago, we have an appreciation of this terrific game with a special Windy City touch.
Don't miss Golf Chicago on Comcast Sportsnet. Check local listings.
Guard that bacon. Taco Bell's new Bacon Cheesy Potato Burrito. Seasoned beef, nacho cheese sauce, and bacon topped with bacon. Think outside the bun.
This quote of the week is brought to you by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich, in business for over 30 years. For an insurance quote for auto, home, life, or business, please call Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich at 847-825-4783.
Ready for a little R&R?
Rock and Rebels. Red Stag by Jim Beam presents Kid Rock, Leonard Skinner. This Sunday night, First Midwest Bank Amphitheater. The Rock and Roll Jesus and the American Legends together. Tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Charged by phone in select Blockbuster stores. Long 6-pack tickets available for $99. Kid Rock, Leonard Skinner, Rock and Rebels Tour.
Hey everyone, Len Casper and Bob Brenly here.
How'd you like to hit the links with us this summer?
Presenting the annual Swingin' Away with Len and Bob sweepstakes. You and a guest could win a round of golf with us at Cantini Golf in Wheaton.
To enter, just log on to CSNChicago.com and fill out an entry form.
The Swingin' Away with Len and Bob sweepstakes, presented by the Chicago District Golf Association, for everyone who plays the game.
When breaking news happens, the Comcast Sportsnet News team has it covered.
Breaking news out of Hallis Hall this afternoon. The Bears have acquired quarterback Jay Cutler in a deal with the Denver Broncos.
Congratulations to Derrick Rose, today named the NBA Rookie of the Year.
I consider myself, the most blessed man on the face of the earth today.
Get all your Chicago sports news when it happens on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Sports Rise every morning only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Time now for our Four Seasons Who's Hot, Who's Not around the majors this week. Lance Berkman, Prince Fielder, and Tim Lincecum all hot this week. How about Lincecum? 17 strikeouts in 16 innings pitched. David Wright, Jack Wilson, and Bronson Arroyo all not hot this week. Bronson Arroyo really struggling, 10 earned runs, 0-2 in that span. The Cubs were hitting it well tonight as we take a look at the box score. One little notable, Kosuke Fukudome had a good night in that leadoff spot, getting on base 3 times. So the top of this order doing very well, and of course jumping on the Braves early in the first and second innings.
Well, Kosuke doing a great job, certainly warming to the leadoff spot. But the big thing for me, I think about Ryan Terrio's sacrifice bunt there, and people say, listen, he sacrificed in the first inning. You know what? It sets the table for Derek Lee. You get that lead, you're playing with the lead. It's a different ball game. I like it. I like the approach from trying trying to play from with the lead, not necessarily just going for the downs right away. I think trying to, maybe add on more runs by hitting home runs late in the ball game. I like the small ball approach early in the ball game, and then the 2-out RBIs in the following inning. I think that's just great to see. This is what was missing from this offense for so long. They would get guys on with 2 outs, right? A base on ball here, a walker, but they made them count. They get those 2 hits. They get those 2 big hits that follow them. You got a 4-0 lead.
Well, it makes for a very happy Lou Piniella. He addressed the media a few minutes ago. Let's listen in.
Good 6 innings. Yeah, we shortened him up just a little bit today. He gets an extra day the next time out on Sunday. But, yeah, our bullpen with Marshall and Marmol and Greg did a nice job. But Walls gave us 6 good innings of work. Got a big hit, too, in that inning, in the second inning when we scored a couple runs.
You guys had already been hitting well, and Ramirez isn't going to be a savior or anything like that, but was there a little bit of an emotional lift?
Yeah, the fans reacted to it quite well, too. He received a very warm welcome, and we were pleased with that.
Probably won't be too many times when Banner had to end his intentional walk.
I know that. I know that. Well, Bobby knows that Remy's been out for a couple months and so forth. But, those are certainly situations that Remy relishes. And, but all in all, it was a good ball game all the way around. 4-2. We put 4 runs on the board. We stranded a couple innings where we could have added, but all in all, gotta be pleased. We won 4 out of 5 on this homestand. We just gotta keep playing. That's all.
Luke, not all cylinders just yet, but they feel the things starting to turn in the right direction.
Well, we played well at home this year, and yeah, it's good to see us win. I've said all along that give this thing a little time, but look. These teams that we're playing are very competitive. Atlanta and the team that's coming in next, St. Louis. So we got to be at our best.
Very comfortable at Postgame.
Yeah, he led off the inning, first inning with a base hit, and then it got a big double when we had runners on first and second. Lined that ball into the corner. Yeah, he's doing well in that leadoff spot.
Since Remy been out for 2 months, would it be to his advantage to be a little more selective?
You know what? He's a very experienced hitter. He was probably a little anxious tonight. But, I think if you look at a few more pitches, it's probably to your advantage when you missed as much as he has. Yes.
With Reed back now, if he goes into center field against a left-hander, would you consider putting him in that leadoff spot like you've done with Postgame?
That's basically what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're just not facing any left-handers on this homestand. But that's basically what we're going to do is Reed Johnson lead off Reed Johnson against left-handers.
It looks like lineup-wise and bullpen-wise, you got the pieces in place now.
Well, getting Guzman back gives us a little more depth there in the middle to late part of the ball game. Marshall's done a nice job out of the bullpen for us. We've been able to use our short people for an inning, and it's helped.
Derek's been on a nice tear.
Derek, yeah, let's not forget Derek. He's, what's that, 15? 16 and 53. Yeah, this is the exact, what's our record now? I don't even know.
41-39.
So this, well, we got one more for half the season, right? Which is tomorrow. Those are pretty nice numbers to put up for a half a season, especially after a slow start. He's basically been carrying us.
So what else can Ramirez do? He comes back and the ownership thing advances and you win a game. And he's got an influence over all of us, doesn't he?
Well, look, we're happy to have him back, needless to say. And, he's going to be a nice force in the lineup for us and help us play good baseball the rest of the year.
Did you see this kind of potential in Wells back in spring training?
We liked Wells in spring training, but remember, we got caught in numbers with a Rule 5 kid. We had the kid that we got from Colorado in a trade, Vizcaíno, that we had to give an opportunity to. So, as it turned out, he wasn't going to be in our rotation, but we were thinking of keeping him in our bullpen. And as it turned out, it was probably the best that he got sent out because he got stretched out pretty good in Iowa. And when we needed a pitcher here, he came here where we could just put him in the rotation and let him pitch, as opposed to having him throw pitch counts and 3 innings, 4 innings, and stretching him out that way. But yeah, we like Wells in spring training. There's a lot of discussion about keeping him in the bullpen, and you know what? The organization made the right choice by sending him to Iowa and getting him pitching on a regular basis and stretching him out.
All right, a talkative Lou after a big Cubs victory at Wrigley. Our Feldco star of this game, Derek Lee, going back, looking at his 2-run home run. He also had a double in this game. His average is up to 288. Todd, he basically leads this team in every offensive category.
Well, it's so much fun to watch. Again, you heard Lou talk about the slow start. He has just turned it on, and it's been slow, working towards this point. And that's what I mean. It was a few hits here early in May and working his way through this, and you can just see Derek developing all this, and now he's to the point where he's so confident right now at the plate that he's jumping on these pitches. You saw the statistics early, all these early home runs. He's coming to the yard. He's got his swing. He's not missing his pitches, and he's hitting home runs. And again, he's been carrying this offense for a while now.
Game 2 against the Braves is tomorrow night at Wrigley. We will take a look at that pitching matchup when we come back. Also, the results of our poll question. So give it one last try here to vote. Do you think the Cubs will be in first place at the All-Star break? Yes or no? Go to our website to cast your vote, and we'll have the results right after this.
It's Feldco's free installation sale on Feldco windows, siding, and doors. But hurry, offer ends July 31st.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This is the dedicated Feldco installation team, and right now they will install Feldco windows, siding, and doors free.
Hey Dave, we're still getting paid for this, right?
Yeah, Jim, we talked about this.
It's Feldco's free installation sale on Feldco windows, siding, and doors.
It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year. But hurry, this offer ends July 31st.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Don't miss anything happening in St. Louis. Watch Sports Night throughout the All-Star break as Chuck Garfien covers all the festivities, interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and all the sights and sounds from the Midsummer Classic. Sports Night All-Star Reports with Chuck Garfien, July 13th and 14th on Comcast Sportsnet.
When you're ready to tear it up, grab an energy drink. Woo!
When you've got a lot to do and you can't afford to let down, grab a 5-Hour Energy.
This is totally kicking.
5-Hour Energy keeps you going for hours without a crash, unlike that sugary kid stuff.
Whoa, harsh.
Well, there's over 12 teaspoons of sugar per can, just look.
Gross.
5-Hour Energy does it all without the sugar. You'll go from groggy to get it done.
You mean like work?
Yeah, you should try it sometime. 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
The Westside Rooters Social Club is hosting an evening with Lou Piniella and Ernie Banks on July 8th at Harry Carey's Italian Steakhouse in Chicago to benefit the JDRF. This includes cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, opportunities for photos, and a question and answer session with Lou.
Technology can hold you back or set you free. Toshiba, the laptop expert, designs laptops to work the way you do.
Yeah, you know the spot.
Right away, sir.
Welcome to Giordano's. Your table's ready.
Thank you.
How's everything?
Fantastic.
What's your secret?
It's the fresh ingredients, and it's been so for the last 30 years.
We made it good. You made it famous.
Welcome welcome back. Do you think the Cubs will be in first place at the All-Star break? A very optimistic viewership tonight. 51% of you say yes, they will. 49% say it could be a little tough. They've won 4 of 5 on this homestand. Todd, the Cubs certainly have their work cut out for them if they want to capture that top spot in the NL Central Division. They'll have the Cardinals coming in this weekend for 4 games. Tough to sweep a 4-game set with a doubleheader. Plus, the Cardinals will be playing the Brewers, so a lot of things have to play into it.
Well, I think that they will. I really do. I believe that they're going to do it, and here's why. I think the offense is starting to come out. The pitching's been what the pitching's been all year. And the reason I think that they will is because the Cardinals and the Brewers are getting ready to beat each other up. So St. Louis is coming in here after going to Milwaukee. You got to believe that they're going to be maybe not physically exhausted, but again, you're working towards that break, and I know how that is. That last week can get a little tough, but you're playing meaningful games right now, very intense, takes a lot out of you. They're coming here after going to Milwaukee. Wow, I think that there's a real opportunity for this Cubs team that's playing very good baseball, the best baseball they've played this year. Right now.
All right, I'm putting you down. That's 51.1%, including Todd Hollinsworth, who thinks the Cubs will be in first place by the All-Star break. All right, the pitching matchup for tomorrow's Game 2 against the Braves. It is Javier Vasquez against Ryan Dempster. Vasquez, the former White Sox, is sort of hit or miss this season. He pitched well against the Cubs his last time, and Dempster really just needs some run support.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly right. This is both of these guys are kind of trying to find their way. I know Javi's been doing pretty well for himself, but I really do expect for the Cubs to come out tomorrow. Again, he is a hit-or-miss guy. If he's got his stuff early, but he has to avoid that big inning, and I really think this Cubs offense is starting to click, and I think they're going to feed off from yesterday and what's been going on around here. I really feel that energy and the fact that Aramis Ramirez is affecting this lineup. Again, the 0 for 4, but his presence in that lineup just makes everybody feel better about themselves, and it really takes a lot of pressure off a lot of the guys who have been struggling, some of these veterans, some of these all-stars who have been struggling. Aramis Ramirez, again, I can't say it enough, but he is the kind of guy who gets in there and he just affects everybody in a positive way, just his presence there. And I really expect them to step it up, and he understands the importance of this series and this game.
And just to come out and keep doing what he's been doing, because as we've mentioned all season long, he never really pitches that poorly, maybe a couple of outings so far. He'll have a bad inning or two, but if he just stays consistent and does what he always does.
Well, again, both of these guys, that's exactly what they're capable of doing, and I just think that the Cubs offense is more likely to have the bigger one inning, potentially tomorrow, and that's essentially what both of these guys have pitched to most of their careers, and you look for tomorrow to be that way. It's exactly what the Cubs did tonight. It was a formula for success: get the lead early and run with it. I expect, hopefully they'll do the exact same thing. Try to jump on him early. He's a strike one thrower, and you want to see them jump on him early.
All right, our next Cubs telecast here on Comcast Sportsnet is Wednesday. Todd and I will see you for the pregame show at 12:30 on that day. Baseball's golden age is in progress. It's up next. Sports Night coming your way at 10 o'clock. For Todd Hollinsworth, I'm Gail Fisher. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented to you by Lowe's. This season, spring starts at Lowe's. Let's build something together. The new CSNChicago.com. Log on and explore Comcast Sportsnet's new highly interactive website. It's the ultimate destination on the web for everything happening with Chicago's teams. On-demand multimedia, blogs and fan forums, live scores and breaking news, in-depth analysis from our expert crew, and the day's complete programming lineup. It's all on CSNChicago.com, the ultimate destination for a Chicago sports fan on the web.
Guard that bacon. Taco Bell's new bacon cheesy potato burrito. Seasoned beef, nacho cheese sauce, and
defined formula, plus an anti-damage conditioner. It's anti-dry out and anti-fade out. So my color stays luminous, lasting for up to 8 weeks. Superior preference by L'Oreal.
New One-A-Day VitaCraves, a complete adult multivitamin in a gummy to support energy, immunity, and your inner child. One-A-Day VitaCraves, multivitamin gummies for grown-ups.
Juices, fruits, soda. Your child's diet contains acids that can soften and wear away tooth enamel. Once enamel is gone, it's gone for good. So help protect their teeth against acid erosion with new Pro-Enamel for Children. It's a children's